It's Lost here, and welcome back to Nyttel's Lost Book Club, Asagao Academy, Episode 9. We're near the end, folks. I'm gonna go do a thing here real quickly. Make sure that things aren't getting too terribly delayed. But meanwhile, we are 2 episodes away from the end. This one and the next one. Today's episode, we have one route left. Why? And that route has been staring us in the face the entire time. Let us go and romance the Jirard of completionist fame.
Jirard.
I'm asking Jirard.
Really?
Really? Ah, that's so cute. Jirard's such a great guy. I'm sure you'll be happy with him. Why? Well, go on. We've seen this. I found Jirard in a secluded section of campus, a large map and notepad sitting out in front of him. He seemed perfectly content, and I felt bad interrupting him. Instead, I hovered around him, firmly telling myself that I was not in the least bit procrastinating. After a time, he glanced up, and upon seeing me, set aside his notepad and map.
Hey, Hana!
Hana, what brings you here? I faltered. I couldn't just blurt it out, could I? Really? What are you working on? This. Well, there's a convention coming up in the week. Rumor is they're supposed to have Princess Pumpernickel, so I made a map and marked the location every stall that's alive be case. This is the most efficient route, check each one. I whistled, staring at the lines and circles running across his notepad. That's really complicated. It's impressive. It's nothing really, just a habit. I nodded, then to my utter horror the conversation stalled. I stared at the notepad, trying desperately to appear very, very interested, mind racing to figure out a way to form the words I wanted. The tension was rising. It was getting awkward. I had moved in 45 seconds. Jirard was staring at the ground, no doubt feeling my awkwardness. That was it. I botched it. I stretched upwards, staring at the sky. Well, that's all, so I'll just be going. Great job, Hana. Way to completely and utterly suck, as usual. I raised a trembling hand to Jirard, who looked up in alarm. Wait, Hana, before you go. I paused. Did you need something? Jirard stared down in his notebook, fingers rolling down the rungs. Was he nervous? So you know the Flower Festival's coming up. Jirard was blushing, but it seemed his mind was made up. Heat rushed to my face as I waited for what came next. I was thinking that, we could go together, but only if you were interested, you know? Jirard looked at me, eyes wide in alarm. There we go. I couldn't help it. I started laughing helplessly. Jirard cast his eyes to the ground again.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess not, huh? No, it's not that. I was gonna ask myself, but I wasn't brave enough. Jirard looked at me questioningly, wind rustling a stray hair on top of his head, like a little alfalfa. Then a slow smile spread across his face.
Really?
Yeah, he said himself. If it weren't for you, we both end up going to the festival alone. So you'll go with me?
Yeah.
Of course I will. Jirard was beaming now. He clapped his hands together.
Awesome!
We'll meet at the festival tomorrow then, right? Definitely. With the plan settled, the awkward silence crept back along our ankles, settling like in the fog.
Take care.
Well, I'll see you there. Right. I turned so rapidly I stumbled over my own feet. Hana, you're right. I'm fine, sorry, bye. I dashed away, internally screaming. Awkward, awkward, awkward. But still, I had Dave Jirard, and he was the one who asked me. I assume the feelings were reciprocated. Wait, were they? We'll figure it out soon enough. Woke up late the next morning, day of Flower Festival, supposed anticipation. Because of that, it took forever to wake up, and I was almost noon and romanced as I rose. We've seen this part. I walked to the festival area alone, worried as soon as the strangers passed by with friends and family. In case you're wondering what we're skipping, it's the part that we've repeated every single time. It was a little nerve-wracking to go to the festival to meet Jirard, rather than walk there with him. I felt silly in my yukata, overdressed even. No one was shooting me weird looks or anything, but the thought of wandering the festival alone being stood up followed me like a hunting dog. There was a stall on the edge of the festival that sold beautiful silk scarves, apparently all created by a little old man behind a booth. I stood at the corner of it, searching the crowd for Jirard. You okay there, miss? It's Mr. Saitama. I flushed. It must be more obvious that I was on edge than I thought. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. The old man watched me for a few seconds, and I squinted at him. He looked oddly familiar. You know, it took me a while to get in business scarf making, and versed out to become a weaver. But I wanted to make a great present for my wife on our 20th wedding anniversary. Being a teacher in a poor town, never had enough money to buy her one of the fancy silk scarves she wanted. I decided to make one myself. He showed it off to the entire town, and eventually launched a side business selling scarves. Isn't that funny? I wonder whether it was meant to be. Are you telling me this? You're a young lady alone at a festival. It's a good omen if I've ever heard one. If ever I heard one. You can never guess what the future holds for you. Believe in yourself. Alright? Believe that you're worth something, and something will come. So you...
Hana!
Actually, I'll go back to that for a second.
Hana!
We're gonna want to save this screenshot, actually. As this is a very important line for what this route is.
Hana!
Hana, there you are! Bird finally appeared, a sheepish look on his face. Sorry I'm late, I hope you didn't wait long. Not at all. It's rude to keep her waiting late, you know. The old man glared at Jirard, who flushed. But Mr. Saitama, it's nice to see you. I wish I could say the same. Boys these days have no class. And speaking of class, don't forget about the test on Thursday.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Jirard grabbed the tip of my elbow, leaning down to whisper in my ear. Let's get out of here. When we were a safe enough distance away, Jirard released me. Mr. Saitoma's everywhere. He's a nice old man, but he can sure get on your case sometimes. He was really sweet to me.
Really?
Was he? That's great. Anyways, did you have somewhere in particular you wanted to go? I guess I'd like to see Bonfire at some point. Other than that, no.
Alright!
Great. Jirard reached into his pocket. He pulled out a weathered-looking scroll, which he unrolled with a flourish. You see, realizing that this was your first time here, I made a list of all the most important places we should visit.
Huh.
Of course, the truth is, they're all important, so they're all on here. But they're listed in order of most interesting, so we'll hit the most important areas first. And as a quick aside, I hadn't streamed for a few days, and between those, last time and this time, got a follow for Lord of the Wings 70 and AK1.Heart. Thank you too for the follows. Now, let's resume. Jirard? That's so kind of you. Already my legs are aching, Jirard laughed. It's no trouble for you, Hana. But again, I'm sorry I was late. This list is the reason. I've been working on it since you asked me. I almost ran out of time taking Mr. Saitoma's last online quiz. That's why he's sassing me.
Really?
Oh, Jirard, you didn't have to go through all that trouble for me. I want to. It was no trouble at all.
See what I mean?
People are what's most important. I want to do my best to show you a good time.
Jirard.
Jirard? Who was this arbor of joy and goodwill standing before me? Was I really expected to believe that this was a teenage boy? Not only were his priorities in the right place, that's actually questionable, but he also had an unwavering sense of self. He was able to stand the pressure of others without so much as breaking a sweat. But he was this nice to everybody, wasn't he? It wasn't just me. I wasn't special anyway. Now, why should I be? When I ever done something to repay Jirard's kindness? Instead, I sat there like some kind of log, taking and taking while he gave all this to ensure my comfort and happiness. You also are aware that they use logs for other things, right? Like fires or building or whatever. I was the worst kind of person. Damn it, Hana. I mean, yeah, that screenshot is important.
What's going on?
You okay? You look kind of sad. I snapped back into reality. Jirard and I had kept walking, and now Jirard was pointing at a statue in the middle of the festival. A small woman with flower-inspired design stood with her hands clasped, gazing happily over the festival denizens. To her right, even smaller than her, was an old man whittling wood. He was leaning against her, a sly smile on his face. It seemed like he would have been whistling. This is beautiful.
Right?
Isn't it? They put it in the middle of the festival every year, but people are so busy trying to stay together and find the right stalls that most walk right past it.
Well,
As you can tell, the flower spirit and the man who loved its flower spirit and the man who loved her. They're both here to watch over town in secret. She's clearly happy everyone's here. That's so sweet. Even after his death, he's still with her. Jirard chuckled. So you believe in the myth? Well, me too. The guys always give me crap about it, but I believe something like that could have happened. What's the harm in believing a little magic? Jirard winked at me. No, there was no way this was a teenage boy. So, for our next stop, Jirard took me to what felt like every stall in the festival. Each place we got to, we stayed for only a few minutes. Time was a-wasting, and we had a list to churn through. I ended up learning more about Higginbana than I ever guessed. That an elderly nudist society came out to the festival to advertise, that there was a lake just off the edge of town, that there was an entire alley made up of just crane games. We ate takoyaki, fried ice cream, flour ice cream, cotton candy, hot dogs, and funnel cake. We saw jugglers and acrobats. Couples dancing in the streets, trees of petals that glowed in the evening light. And finally, when I generally felt like I was about to die, we went to see the bonfire. So how'd you like it? Hingmon's a great place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Really. We sat on a log near the edge of the clearing. I resisted the urge to lay myself flat upon it. My yukata would be a mess, and I couldn't afford to send it to dry cleaning. Don't you like it? We didn't make it everything, but that's okay. I saw you were kind of fading there. I mean, yeah, I can't keep up with you, I think. I don't have that much willpower. But I'm glad we saw all those things. Hingama is a much more special place than I ever thought. Yarafay was just some podunk throwaway town.
You are correct.
A lot of Asagao students think that way. They go straight for the games or food, hang around for an hour or two, and then go home to sleep. There's all this build up to the festival, and they don't even take advantage of it. Why bother going if you don't make the most of it? I'm getting the impression you're just gung-ho about everything you do. Jirard let a hearty laugh. Apparently that struck a chord. Time for a drink. It's just, if you're going to do something, why would you waste time being lazy about it? Either do it or don't do it. It doesn't make sense otherwise. But this isn't something unique to me. The other guys think that way too. That's why we're up on together so well, I think.
Really?
Really? Somehow I doubted that. PBG fell asleep in class. Jirard seemed almost completely insincere in all of his interaction with the general female population. Even Continue seemed more interested in messing around with each other than winning their election. Granted, they were running unopposed, so maybe that made sense. Yeah, I get that reaction a lot. We seem like such a carefree bunch, and we try hard not to make people sad. We just want to do what we love, you know? Play video games, hang out with people, find something that inspires us, and maybe, if it isn't too much to ask, contribute something to people. I think it's easy to overlook how hard we are working, but if you knew what we're to look, you see how much they're all fighting. Jirard stared wistfully into the fire. So they're all secretly fighting hard, huh? Good for them. They at least knew something they wanted to fight for. Me, on the other hand, I had no idea. More than that, I wasn't sure that I could fight for something if I did. The past year showed me who I truly was, and I didn't like the picture painted. Lonely, misanthropic, a self-made victim, angry, bitter, resentful, distrustful, shy, unconfident. All these words flowed up in front of me, heard by Jirard's words as if by a magic spell. Compared to these guys, I was totally out of my league. It was a wonder any of them wanted to spend time with me, with the kind of negative, boring person I had become. Before my last year in Amamarisu, I was such a cheerful girl, relatively outgoing, clever. And now, well. You've got that look on your face again. What's up with that? It's nothing, really. I couldn't just spill all my insecurities on him, especially not now. That put a huge damper on our date. But as I tried to wave it off, Jirard grew only more determined.
What's going on?
Tell me! I'm sure there's something. If I can help in any way, I want to. Should I risk it? Alright, so. This is the only route which forces a choice in the date section of the game. And, alright. So should we tell him about our thoughts or not? I'll be honest, I think we can go either way here. It is only the first outing. But it is obvious that it is concerning. So maybe we should tell him. I think that's what we're gonna do, actually. I can see a reason for maybe later. Like, maybe not right now. But I think if we tell him right now, that might actually be better in the long run. Let's try it.
Well,
This is gonna sound really stupid and insecure, and it's a total downer. I'm really sorry about that.
Jirard took my hand in his, searching my face.
Don't even worry about it. Hit me.
So good! He was so good. How could any one person be so nice? How on earth did I find myself on a date with such a nice person?
It's just that I feel like, compared to you, I'm so not worth it. Kind of. I know it's silly, but I just think I've done so many stupid things in the past. I used to be a better person if you knew all those things.
What?
There's no way to change how I feel about you.
How you feel about me? I mean, you know, caring about you. Unless you killed someone, or a puppy. Both those would be totally unacceptable. But Jirard... Did you kill someone? Well, no. Have you harmed a baby doggy? No?
Then you're quite alright in my book. Seriously, don't even worry your silly head about that. I'm not worried about who you were in the past, I'm worried about who you are right now. And the Hana in front of me right now is definitely someone worth caring about.
Jirard.
Jirard chuckled. Anyways, I think it's time we head back. You seem a bit tired. But I didn't want to end the night on that note. No need to push yourself on my account. Go hang out more next week, right?
Right, we can.
Jirard stood and helped me off my ever so comfy log. This time we walked back to the campus together, and I was totally at ease. Jirard's bright personality had a way of lighting up even the darkest of corners. It didn't take long until we were in front of my dorm saying goodbye.
Thank you so much for asking me to the festival.
Thanks.
Thank you for asking me. Well, almost.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Ah, wait. He glanced away, a light blush on his cheek. Then with a firm nod, he dug his hand into his pocket. There was something I wanted to give you. When I saw it, it just reminded me of you, so... Sheepishly, he pulled an IBK out of his pocket. It's a little big kitty, ah. This. It matches her hair, actually. Wow. It was bright pink, the same shade of color as my hair, staring happily at me as if holding on to some secret all of its own.
Jirard.
Jirard?
Jirard put an arm around my shoulders.
Do you like her? She's called Chibi-Upa. I didn't know if you were into IBKs, but every time I looked at her, I saw you, so... I figured even if you didn't like IBKs, you'd like this one. Jirard's adorable. That's great. I'm so glad you think so. I'll keep it right by my bedside, so it'll be the first thing I see every morning and last thing I see every night. I love it.
Huh, he's so freaking cute.
That makes me really happy. Maybe I'll make an IB collector out of you yet. Anyways, you should get inside. Don't want you waking up all tired tomorrow. Okay, thanks, Jirard.
Bye.
Good night.
See you later.
See you tomorrow.
I shut the door behind me, heart soaring. Jirard was such a nice guy. Such a nice guy. I crossed the room and placed Chibi-Upa on the edge of my desk lamp, right next to my bed.
Welcome to your new home. I hope you like it here.
I giggled to myself and lay in bed with a contented sigh. I really felt like I could be happy with Jirard, and the thought thrilled me and it terrified me. Chapter 2. Amused and shocked Jirard. How will we amuse and shock him? Will that even be an indication? In some ways, it was a huge disappointment that Jirard wasn't in my class. In other ways, it was a relief. I longed to see him again, to talk to him again, and feel his warmth, but that would have been way too distracting in class. Especially with Mai around. You time traveler. Anyway. When lunch finally rolled around, I sprang from my desk like a rocket shooting out into space.
Hana.
Oh, Hana, calm down. You got Mai really hungry today. I'm sure you are, Hana. Hungry for Jirard.
I'll use that out of context.
What?
Pardon? Nothing. Let's go.
As Mai and I approached Norwood's table, Jirard flashed around an IBK of a grey wizard's hat and a long beard, a huge dorky grin on his face.
See what I mean?
Check it out. It's Grandbeard the Bay. He's one of the rare finds and is said to lack a gender, not participating in the norms but prefer to be referred to as a he. We squeezed into the table as the rest of the boys looked on, bemused. I like his cloak.
Right?
Most of the versions of Saul were missing it, but they were still trying to charge almost full price for him. It was ridiculous. The boys nodded slowly. Nobody else seemed to know what to say despite Jirard's intense enthusiasm. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Said himself. Jirard glowed with pride, completely oblivious to the weird looks he received from students at other tables. He truly didn't seem to care what other people thought about him. I had no idea how he could stick to his guns without feeling even the slightest bit ashamed. But as Jirard returned to his seat, I waved sheepishly at him.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
I'm great, thank you. How are you? I'm fantastic. Even better now that I've seen you. I couldn't wait to show you Grandbeard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks really cool. Super cute.
Awesome!
Yeah, apparently Grandbeard casts magic with his hair, and his secret weapon is his eyelashes. Now that you mention it, Grandbeard's long lashes stretched from his face in a somewhat creepy way. Other than that, he looked like a cuddly old kitty, but those eyelashes... Excuse me, can I see that figure? A young student, probably a first year, approached the table and poked Jirard in the back.
Uh-huh.
Of course.
He turned completely around, chatting animatedly with the kid about the trade he made for Grandbeard and the myriad route it took to get him to him. I watched him, happiness filling my heart. Jirard were just so cool. Even the times I had to stay true to myself in middle school, I ended up feeling a constant gnawing anxiety. wanting to take it back or make up for it again so it would go away. Jirard just seemed to be happy. When he was around, even I could show my interest in his strange hobby without feeling bad about it. Earlier in the year, I would have felt more embarrassment for him than he did. As I looked more closely at Grandbeard the Bay, I remember my own Chupa. A sudden thought occurred to me. I was probably in the same boat as Jirard. If anyone had found out about her, I'd be mocked to hell and back. Probably not as bad as Jirard, given I was a girl, but I could already hear whispers pointing out that I had no business being involved in Norwood's club when I was clearly such a weirdo. Maybe would never let me forget it either, would she? Each time I ran into her in the bathroom, she'd mock me. Maybe people even try to take Chupa away from me. Another light touch tapped my shoulder and my dark thoughts were banished. My emotions for me to come closer to her and lean to whisper in my ear.
What do you think about Jirard's ABK collection? I mean, honestly speaking.
Honestly speaking? Honestly. Oh. Well. I can tell you, Jirard, if we were over here, would not like this. This is also an accurate summation. And this seems like it would be a good idea. Gonna say, I think they're cute. My choppy word looked and shrugged.
Well,
I guess. Remember how much dedication it probably takes to collect something for so long.
I nodded passively, apparently quite aware I was backtracking. I turned away, cheeks burning. When we were finished eating, Mai and I dumped our trays and headed for the door.
Hana!
Hana!
Mai and I turned, and eager Jirard ran up to us.
Hey Hana, I was hoping to walk you back to class today. What do you think?
really?
To me? Why? Yes, you. Of course you. In that case, I'll entrust you to her care.
I clapped Jirard in the back and gave me a wink and a thumbs up.
But...
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yes!
Hey Jirard, wait up!
Jirard glanced over his shoulder and upon seeing Mai's, Jirard's sparkle crash. Jirard glanced over his shoulder upon seeing Mai's enthusiastic form barreling towards him, immediately sprang out the door. Unfortunately, if there was one person on this earth who could give Jirard a literal run for his money, it was Mai. She dashed through the door, and clouds of dirt kicked into the air around their chase, a veritable sandstorm spinning through the Asagao campus.
Anyways, what's up?
Nothing is up. I just wanted to hang out with you.
I mean, I know we just saw a ton of each other at the Flowers Festival and everything, but...
Well...
At the mention of the Flower Festival, we both fell into an odd silence, memories flowing into space between us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great to me.
Great! Jirard beamed at me and pushed the cafeteria door open. We stepped into the fresh spring air, the remnants of Mai's chase still drifting in the distance before us. Now that Jirard and I were alone, I didn't know what to talk about. It was weird. We had feelings for each other. How were we supposed to talk? Jirard strolled next to me, staring up into the deep blue sky. Think of something, Hana.
Chupa doing well, by the way.
Really?
Is she? That's great. She's so cute. She's so small, she doesn't take up that much space. I can see how having a whole bunch of babies would be appealing, such cuteness, so you can see it every time you wake up.
Right?
Right, that's exactly how I feel about it. Just really fun, and if you can find something to brighten up your day, why not do it? Life can already be hard enough, but so we shouldn't make it hard for anybody.
Right?
Right?
But as I beamed at Jirard, a memory wedged itself into my mind. A memory from just before I came to Asagao. A memory that involved one of my past friends. We shouldn't make it harder for anybody, huh? But...
Oh, so today I got some news about Princess Pumpernickel. Princess Pumpernickel? She's the rarest ABK figure. Supposedly there's only 3 copies of her in existence. Apparently, some collectors are starting to think she doesn't exist. One compiled this huge list of information about the supposed figure and posted it online, and now the committee split on it. Even direct feedback from ABK committee didn't call him the Flame War. It's gotten intense.
Flame War, huh?
Do you think it exists?
Absolutely.
Of course I do. Why on earth wouldn't they? That'd be a waste of time and money on the Ability Committee's part. Ugh, that rhyming is gonna kill me. And it make their fan base angry. What purpose would that serve? Even in the event they didn't have one for this outrage, they'd be starting up production as we speak. He sighed dreamily. I can't wait for the day I have my own and Princess Pumpernickel. Can you imagine? Thanks for alerts, Anyvex. Actually, I think I'm gonna just turn those right on so people can see what the hell's going on. Anyway, there we go. Now, back to live. I shook my head. I had no idea what it was like to long for something so intensely, nor to stay so upbeat in the event of an almost inevitable failure. Seriously, only 3 copies in the entire world? The developers probably owned one of those for sure. But Jirard was undeterred. I won ever since I first started collecting. You say the dream of having it was what sparked my fascination with IBKs in the first place.
That's so cute.
We stopped in front of the door to my classroom and Jirard saluted me.
Thanks for listening.
Well, I'll be on my way. Thanks for walking with me. No, thank you.
Jirard disappeared into his own classroom, and I stopped to grab my math book from my locker before heading in. When I closed my locker door, Jimmy was there.
What's this?
He's never gonna find it, you know. I stared incredulously at him, and he pointed from his eyes to mine. I'm watching you. Jimmy slithered off towards the lower staircase, heading to his classroom on the first floor. I shook my head slowly. Sure, it was possible that Jirard wouldn't find his ABK figure, but I wanted him to find it. I really wanted him to find it. Surely there's some way I could help. So immediately after class, I made my way to the Bluebell house. If I was going to help Jirard find Princess Pumpernickel, I needed to know what she looked like. Knocked on Jirard's door, and he instantly threw it open, as if he was waiting on the other side the whole time.
Hana!
Hana, glad to see you. Why don't you come in? Sure. Okay.
Jirard's dorm room was surprisingly neat, considering how many ABK figures he had. He must have cleaned it a bit after last time I saw him. Shane glared at me from his desk, where he was bent over some kind of drawing pad. I smiled nervously at him, and he huffed. Hi. And he went instantly back to his art. Oh. He went so back to his art. What'd I ever do to him? Jirard scanned his room, and after a few seconds he went to his desk and leaned ever so casually against it.
What's going on?
So what brings you here? I just saw you earlier today. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bother you.
Say what?
You're not bothering me. Don't even worry about it. I'm always around when you need to talk.
Apparently, finding the desk too uncomfortable, he perched himself on the couch, grabbing a pillow and hugging it close. He looked like a kid at a slumber party.
So, what are the deets?
Well,
I want to help you find Princess Pumpernickel, but in order to do that, I'm going to need some information.
I tried my hardest to look imposing. My game face was on, but Jirard just laughed.
That's really sweet of you, but if I can't find it, there's no way you can. You don't know that. Maybe I'll just be in just the right place at exactly the right time. Maybe, I guess so. Well...
He glanced quickly at Shane, then turned back to me with a mischievous smile.
There's a gaming convention happening this weekend, and we were all planning to go. Maybe you should come along?
Shane's pencil broke mid-stroke. He cursed softly. Fuck.
what?
A convention? I've never been to one. What are they like?
Well,
They're a place you can find out about cool games, but buy neat fan gear, meet people, mostly hang out with friends, almost like vacation. I know they're intimidating because of all the people, but they're really fun. You should come. Jane very audibly sighed. Jirard glanced at him, the picture of concern.
Got artist block? Something like that. Anyways, there are always people selling IBKs there, and maybe someone will have Princess Pumpernickel. It's worth a shot, isn't it?
An image of the map Jirard was drawing as I asked him to the flower festival popped back into my head. He'd been preparing for this for weeks.
No, I'd love to come help. Mine can come too, right?
Yeah!
Definitely! The more the merrier! Oh my god, really?
Oh.
Did you drop an ink blot again? Man, today is not your day. No, it really isn't.
Oh, but how am I gonna get out of class on Friday?
The Normal Boots Club has special permission to go, so I'll just add your name to the list. The Normal Boots Club had permission to skip class? I never heard of such a thing. So this was the might of their power.
Yay!
In that case, I better get my homework done. Don't want to be doing A on the trip.
Alright!
Great! Now, man, now I'm even more excited. It'll be the best one ever, eh, Shane? Kill me now. A road trip with the Normal Boots Club. Getting to go with them to a convention? This is the greatest day of my life. The amount of effort Mai and I put into our homework that week was only matched by our rabid excitement the slowly approaching weekend. For the first time forever, Mai didn't procrastinate. When we studied together, she actually helped instead of mooching off my work. Not that I usually minded. As we packed our bags the night before, slight trails of blood kept falling from Mai's nose. Probably thinking of Jirard.
Oh, Jirard.
Yes, I fucking called it.
Mai, you sure you're okay?
Oh, totally. I'm totally fine. So it was on Friday morning, Mai and I stumbled out into the pre-dawn light, eyes barely even open. It was chilly that morning, and we huddled together as we walked to Asagao's iron wrought front gates.
Hey, Mai, Hana.
At least he can say Mai.
Hey guys, good morning.
Jirard waved vigorously at us as we approached. I resisted the urge to clamp my hands across my ears.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are we ready to go yet?
Jirard glanced at the others. Jared, John, Jenny, Satch. Everyone was there, spreading yawns between each other like the plague.
No, we're still missing some people.
Really?
Missing some people? Who on earth?
Hey.
Hey guys, sorry we were late. I jumped and scared several feet away. Ian and the rest of the Hidden Block Club were behind me, looking just as miserable as I felt.
Awesome!
Sweet, we're ready to go.
Wait, you guys are coming too?
Of course, it's a video game convention after all.
But we're enemies.
That's adorable. Ian brushed past me. We might be enemies, but we're also friends. Says my doppelganger in another life.
We're enemies.
Oh, yeah.
Frenemies who sincerely want the best for each other.
So, friends then.
Oh, middle button, if you click middle button on your mouse, makes the screen hidden instead of pressing H. Good to know. No frenemies. If we don't get going now, we'll miss the train. I'm not up for waiting another 2 hours for the next one.
Right.
Right, everybody, sail out! We paddled into the tiny tray, which at such an early hour was mostly occupied by little old men and ladies on a day trip. They were watching us under a train of something like abject terror. One lady hid her purse as we passed. Eventually, Mai, Jirard, PBG, and I found an empty compartment and paddled in. Jirard peered out the window, head flicking like a dog's as he watched the trees pass by.
So, what are we gonna do when we get there?
I don't know. I'll probably just wander around.
Uh-huh.
I hear there's supposed to be a pregame somewhere on the second floor.
We have to check in first, but after that, everybody can do what they want.
Oh, you okay with that? I guess I didn't check with you before. I've never been to a convention before. I'm really nervous. What if I get lost? I don't know much about games either. Conventions are so fun, though. You'll be fine. Don't even worry about it. I smiled weakly at Mai. It was easy for her to say something like that. She's a social butterfly with a bright and vibrant personality.
No matter where she went or who she talked to, she listened. Iron Hand was me.
Yeah!
I mean, really it's just a bunch of fans gathering and have fun. Nothing really about why you're there. Everyone wants to have a good time.
I guess so.
Huh.
If you want, you can stick around with me. It might get a little boring, but I won't mind company. I searched Jirard's face, whether his offer is sincere. Jirard was such a nice guy, it was hard to tell whether he was doing things just to be nice or whether he sincerely wanted to do them. Did he feel responsible for me, or did he feel obligated to help people out? He was, after all, this nice to everybody. Didn't want to hang around him and wreck the convention he'd been planning to go to for months. He had a map, for heaven's sake. I would get in the way. I didn't want to be trailing him around like a kindergartner afraid to leave her mom either. Still. Alright.
I appreciate it, or I don't want you to have to babysit me.
Yeah. Alright. I think we'll appreciate it. Jirard gently laid a hand on my shoulder, the sudden weight of it surprising me.
I remember it was late to go somewhere alone for the first time. I was terrified too, but that's how I met all these guys.
Yeah!
I'm sure you'll have a great time.
The train shuddered and pulled into the station. My heart leaped into my chest, but everybody else cheered and whooped.
Yahoo!
Time to get this party started.
Mai and Puji grabbed their stuff and dashed straight off the train, but Jirard waited by the door while I pulled my backpack down from the upper racks.
You ready for this? I think so.
Aw, yeah!
Great, let's go.
The convention hall and the hotel we were staying at were both located smack dab in the middle of the city, surrounded by a torrent of rushing cars and people spraying down the street. Four of us wandered into the hotel lobby. Mai and I had roomed together, being the only two ladies on the trip. I grabbed the room key and led the way to our temporary home. I pushed open the door and came into a delightfully airy room. It looked relatively clean, and I sighed with relief. It'd be nice to have a quiet space to retreat to if I ever felt overwhelmed.
Yay!
Heck yeah!
Mai sprinted past me and flung herself, luggage and all, straight onto the bed.
Why? Oh my god, I love hotel beds. They're so soft. I call a spot by the window. Whatever you say.
Maybe quiet wasn't the right word. Mai and I set our stuff to the side and spent a few minutes gathering our bearings before getting ready to head back outside.
I'm kinda scared. I don't know anything about conventions, so I don't want to feel stupid around a place, and I don't want to have to follow anyone around. Oh no.
Mai set her fist against my temple, twisting it playfully.
You're way too serious. It's just a convention. Either you have a good time or you don't. Then you go home and everyone forgets about it. Sometimes I get the feeling you think that if you make one mistake, it's gonna haunt you to your grave. Life is way more forgiving than that. So let's get going.
Easy for her to say, she was an entirely different breed of person than I was. Sighing, I followed Mai down to the convention floor. The convention took place across a myriad of rooms. Free play, quiet lounge, merchant alley, tournament rooms, demonstrations, tiny lecture halls for performances, stage for cosplay contests, and the like. I remember going to this one convention actually, and there was a lecture that was disguised as a cosplay contest, and it was just someone that talked about like cosplay etiquette for a while. Some people were mad, but I guess I could appreciate it. Mai and I headed to the main lobby to get our badges and found the guys doing the same thing.
Man, are you guys excited or what? Am I ever? I heard there was a big celebrity here. They apparently started one of these games or something, and there's a chance to go to the party tonight. I'm just saying, you know where I'll be.
Oh, Jared.
You're going too, right, Jared? I don't really know about that. Oh, come on, I can't go alone. I identified myself to the lady at the counter, grabbed my con pass. A small piece of paper tied to a lanyard. I slipped it over my neck.
Hana!
Well, Hana, you want to take a look around? Sure.
Jirard and I started off for the merchant alley. As I glanced back, the rest of the crew dispersed. Nobody followed us.
Wait, where are they going? Everyone has something different they want to see. I heard some of them wanted lunch, so they're going that way.
Lunch. Come to think of it, I was pretty hungry. We didn't eat breakfast on our rush to get to the train. So this is Merchant's Alley. We walked into a giant room, every inch of it lined with tables, booths, and people. I like how people is italicized. Jirard cast his arms to the sides in a grand gesture and nearly clotheslined a man. He drew his hands back and sheepishly and headed for the very first booth.
You see anything you like?
I glanced across the room, darting from table to booth to stall. There were some things I vaguely knew about, stuff that was on t-shirts and even on TV from time to time, Nario and Nokimon and the like. But there were way too many things that were completely alien to me. Monsters, grizzled old men, designs on t-shirts, plushies, body pillows, Genie, action figures, most of all figures, piles and piles of video games. It was daunting, and I was completely out of my element. I shook my head.
Oh, well, what games have you played? I've never owned a console, so...
You do have a Nintendo 4DS, but you have no games for it.
Really?
Never? I don't really know what most of this stuff is. I see.
Jirard trailed off. Then with a grunt, he turned to me and saluted.
Hana!
Anna!
Yes? Allow me to teach you a thing or two about video games.
Teaching me about video games. Was that even something I was really interested in? Aside from a handful of games I played with my neighbor as a kid, I only had my gameless 4DS and my no mobile game. Did I really want to be a gamer?
Didn't you come here to search Princess Humperdinck?
Oh. Apparently Jirard remembered for the first time his itty-bitty kitty map. He dug around his pocket and withdrew it, his shoulders sagging.
Well, in that case, I don't want to drag you around while I do this boring stuff. You can go down and do something else if you want.
Oh jeez. So either I spent my time wandering around the convention alone, or I followed Jirard like a baby duck? Well, if I wasn't going to go with him, what was I going to do? Oh right. So... we now have a tactical decision to make here. We could grab something to eat, because we skipped breakfast to get to this point in-game. We could also learn more about the IBKs that Jirard seeks. Or we can go find the free play room and practice for a tournament. I think we should practice for a tournament. Let's find the free play room.
I think I'll go find that free playroom.
After all, the free playroom is a place you can play as many games as you want for free. That way, Hana can get a hands-on lesson about video games. People wouldn't bother me, and it'd probably be dark. I could practice in peace, and maybe even try to find a few other games while I was there. Seems like a smart move.
Awesome!
Cool. I was gonna head there afterwards anyways. I'll see you in about an hour.
Yeah.
Sure.
Jirard nodded, glanced at his map, and jogged to the back of the room. I waved at him till he disappeared into the flow of people. I was well and truly alone. Well, all that was left now was to find that free playroom and hopefully some sort of sanctuary. Biting my lip, I waited into the crowd. The free playroom was not too far from the market, probably because they wanted to encourage maximum flow between the groups in the two rooms. This, of course, backfired. It was hard to find space to even occupy while I forced my way into the room. When I finally did, I found a dimly lit corridor lined with arcade machines, TVs, and computers chained to cinder blocks on the floor. Tables were filled with people playing card, tabletop, and board games, though how they could see in the dim lighting I didn't even know. You'd be surprised. Looking at the people filtering between machines and watching others, waiting for their turn, I suddenly realized I didn't belong here at all. Spurred by this knowledge, I crept further into the room. I wanted to look like I knew what I was doing, like I belonged here, though why I couldn't say. It wasn't like I was going to see any of these people ever again. A familiar tune caught my ear a bit ahead of me, and I hastened my pace. It was an arcade machine version of my mobile game. A two-player version, just sitting there in the middle of the floor. No one around seemed particularly interested in it. Either it was the sake of the mobile game, or there were far more interesting things to do. After a furtive glance at the group standing at the machine next to it, I approached Doom's Revenge and hit a button. A faint scream chimed at me, and I grinned. It was like finding a fireplace in the Arctic. I leaned down and tried to find the coin slot, but when I did, it was completely taped up. Confused, I pressed the button several times and started working to tape off the coin slot. It's called free play for a reason.
Ah! Shane.
Shane, hi.
I'm not surprised I'd find you here. Shane took up the position next to me, staring at the screen. He hit a few buttons and then there we were in the multiplayer menu. You going to play? You play against Shane? That was honestly the last thing I wanted to do. I couldn't back down from a challenge, especially not from him. He barely believed I deserved to be a tournament in the first place.
Sure, let's go.
Let's hope you've been practicing. The game started and off we went. I scanned the blocks and instantly found my first 4 combos, which if it was fast enough would be to the next bunch. Before I even had much of a chance set up, Shane combo would set a bunch of concrete blocks onto my side of the screen. My initial combo was ruined. Angry, I scrambled to catch up and find a new strategy, but again Shane dropped blocks into my side of the screen. I switched to defensive tactics, destroying the block Shane was throwing down, attempting to combo resolving new blocks as they fell. I was marginally successful. A few blocks fell on Shane's side of the screen and he chuckled. But of course I was on the defensive. I wasn't playing to destroy Shane, I was playing to save my own life. So in the end, I lost. It surprised no one. I turned to Shane, shamefaced. To my surprise, he was smiling.
Yeah.
You've gotten better.
I have?
I figured you'd only be practicing single player. Glad to see I was wrong. Did Shane just compliment me? Was I dreaming? Why was he suddenly being so nice? He practically hated my guts before. Come. Shane turned and led me to the end of the corridor, then rounded the corner. On the other side of the room were a small group of the Normal Boots guys relaxing on the sofa. Maya was nowhere to be seen, but then neither was Jirard.
Hana!
Hana, how have you been enjoying the convention so far?
It's been alright. Not much to report, sir.
I see you saved Jirard okay. Smart move.
Was it?
Jirard likes to talk and teach. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can be tiring, especially when it's all about IBKs or something. Well, in Josh trade looks.
Are the IBKs really that bad?
It's not that they're bad, but it is a little bit strange. From the outside looking in, I mean. I don't care. Yeah, we don't care what Jirard does. We're his friends, and they're just little figurines. But none of us really share in his interest. He used to get picked on for it. Yeah, people give Jirard a hard time because they didn't understand it. A lot of people think collectors can be obsessive. That they're social lunatics or overachievers or can't control their spending or are living in a fantasy. There's a lot of weird stereotypes like that. I glanced around the room, not wanting to say what I was thinking. Shane grinned.
Right?
What?
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 The same can be said for everyone here.
How'd you know that was what I was thinking?
Shane shrugged. Paul chuckled. Shane's like that. You aren't hard to read.
I'm not?
No.
Nope.
It's true though, it's weird for people to judge him.
That's what we think. Just because we don't share his interest doesn't mean we have to judge him. I guess a lot of people feel it makes someone qualified to be in a club, but whatever, it's not up to them. Dick nudged Paul on the side and Paul sighed. Sorry, didn't get me upset, it just bugs me.
No, it's fine. It means you're a nice person.
Ah, thanks. Paul and I grinned at each other, but Shane did not seem to be on the same page as us. In fact, it looked like he wanted to leave. Fucking friendship and shit. Thankfully, it was then that the others showed up.
Hey guys!
Hey everybody.
Somehow, as if by magic, everyone happened to converge in the free play room exactly at the same time. Maya bobbed around behind Jirard and PUG, and I rushed to her side.
What's your expedition?
Oh, Hana. I'm in heaven.
You have to win a tournament. We're gonna go with everyone. Uh-huh. Everyone. Yeah, okay. Mostly me. I'll tell you more about it later.
She points to the guys who are staring at us expectantly.
Pardon? Where do you guys want to go to eat? John's got this pizza place that's apparently super good. That works for me, right, Mai? Sorry, Hana. I'm actually going out with some friends. With some friends?
I clasp her hands together as if in prayer.
Yeah, I found some cute guys who want to take me for food. I don't know if I can bring you along. I'm sorry.
I really had a way of people. A way that I didn't understand.
That's okay, I'll see you back in the room later, right?
Yeah!
Yeah, we can totally catch up. Well, if that's so, let's go.
I didn't end up seeing much of Mai that day. Or the next. At first I was a little worried that I wouldn't fit without Mai to hang on to, but as the hours passed and the days went by, my worries faded away. After all, Jirard was always by my side. He was always worrying about me, always making sure I knew what references were referring to and that I didn't feel quite so lonely. He paid so much attention to me and was so kind that it was almost overwhelming. Jirard constantly did things for me and kept me in his thoughts. Meanwhile, here I was doing... what? What was I doing for him? How was I helping him? As the weekend went on, I found myself questioning it more and more. There must be something more I could do to help Jirard. But what? Finally, it was the night before we were set to go back to Asagao. Today's hangout with Jirard and Norboot's club of Sassy and Hidden Block Club and Secret Nerf Wars in the halls were over. Even the convention goers themselves drastically thinned out. Suddenly, it was possible to go places without rubbing up against several sweaty strangers, and restaurant workers actually smiled at you when you ordered. I snuggled up under the blankets of my bed, just laying there enjoying the warmth and relaxation. The next day, everything would be gone. All the carefree fun, the lack of stress, the bonding, the new things, the excitement of the chance to spend so much time with Jirard. And thank you for the work and busy morning. You have a great day too, Slav. Also, I should probably put that back where it was before. It does not look good there. There we go. Back to live and that. All of it would be gone. But that was okay. After the practice and knowledge I gained, I was more ready than ever to go back to Asagao and kick some hidden block ass. I giggled to myself, glad that Maya was at the last convention party of the trip. No doubt that she'd have some wild stories to tell when I finally had time to see her. Someone knocked on my door, interrupted my thoughts. I glanced at the clock. 10 p.m. What could they want? I went to the door and stood on my tiptoes, peering through the peephole. Familiar spectacles greeted me through a fisheye view.
Satch,
something wrong?
Is Jirard with you? I know you were hanging out a lot this weekend. Satch tried to peer past me into my room, but I shook my head.
Master Sullivan was at dinner, then I came back here. Is he okay?
That was a weird drop on basically still image. He hasn't come back yet, and I'm worried. He wanted to get some sleep early so he would be awake for a ride back.
What?
You don't think something's happened to him, do you?
No, he's probably fine. I'm just worried. I think we're gonna go look for him. Thanks for your help, Hana.
Wait!
I stepped into the hallway, pulling the door shut behind me.
I'm coming with you.
Thanks. While Sash and the others searched inside the convention center, I walked up and down the street outside of it. Jirard said something about wanting to check out the shops nearby for his pumpernickel, right? I walked from one end of the block to the other and back again, too terrified to roam to stay alone to make it much further. Surely he was somewhere around here, though. Surely he wouldn't have gone too far. Huh? What was that? An odd, snoring kind of noise was coming from just inside the aisleway to my right. Was it a homeless person, or... I swallowed heavily, heart pumping fast. If it was Jirard, I just left him out here. He'd definitely get mugged. Mugged and beaten, probably even kidnapped. Be strong, Hana. Be strong. Be strong for Jirard. Wait, what? Where'd that come from? I tiptoed quietly into the alleyway. There, slumped against a brick corner, sat a sleeping Jirard, a small brown paper bag in his hands.
Jirard! Jirard!
I shook him by the shoulder, but he was completely non-responsive. I took out my phone and sent a quick text to Satch, and remembered I never got his number.
Damn it!
I swam next to Jirard, lightly smacking him across the face. I didn't want to leave him there to go find the others. Maybe I could wake him up. Jirard blinked heavily, staring sleepily at me.
Jirard.
Jirard?
I grabbed his hand and pulled him with all my might.
We've got to get you back to your room. Come on.
He shook his head vigorously, clearly having no desire to leave his nice, comfy, abandoned alleyway slumped against a brick wall position.
Jirard, come on!
This time I smacked him hard across the face, his eyes opened. He turned to look at me, and he nodded thoughtfully.
Are you coming?
I gave his arm a tug, and he got to his feet, nodding again.
Okay. Come on, let me get you to your room.
If there was ever anything that made me look like someone who needed to be immediately incarcerated, this was it. I was leading Jirard like a blind man, narrating the obstacles in the hall and trying to clarify exactly where I was taking him. Every time his eyelids dropped, I gave him a hard smack across the face, hotel employees whispering behind their hands.
I ain't gonna give you so much shit for this when we get back.
Finally, I managed to pull him to his room and fish his key card out of his pocket. Feeling like some kind of thief, which admittedly wasn't that bad of a feeling, I pushed him into his room and shut the door. Jirard teetered on his feet like some kind of tower in the wind, nudged him towards the bed by poking him in the belly.
Stop it, stop it. You deserve worse than this for what you put me through tonight.
I pulled the sheets back and shoved him into the bed. He curled up with a happy sigh. To bed.
Stupid.
He wrapped his hands around his pillow and buried his face into it, happy as a kid in a cloud. It was kind of hard to be angry at him when he was being like that.
Silly.
CG! I grabbed the edge of Jirard's blanket, carefully pulling it over his sleeping form. CG. Nice clock. Wait a minute. We'll figure it out later. Thank you.
Don't worry about it, Jirard. No, really. Thanks for being there for me.
Jirard smiled into his pillow and slowly his breathing sighed out. Just like that, he was asleep.
Silly kitty.
Alarm clock by the bed caught my eye and I suppressed a giggle. An itty-bitty kitty alarm clock. He brought an itty-bitty kitty alarm clock with him. Of course he did.
Jirard.
You're the silliest person I ever met.
I gazed at his sleeping face. He looked so relaxed, so calm. I slipped a lock of hair from his forehead. Then I was seized with the impulse to kiss him. My face flushed. Could I... No, he was sleeping. Get a grip on yourself, Hana. The door opened and a nervous Satch burst through.
Hana.
Hana. Jirard. So you found him. One of the hotel staff told me a pink-haired girl was dragging a man with kittens on his shirt up to some room. I hoped it was you.
It's a good thing we're leaving tomorrow. They probably all think I'm trying to kill you guys.
Oh, definitely. Death by cuteness.
But anyways, I need to get going. We've got to go get up early tomorrow, you know?
I do. Thanks for your help, Hana. You're a great friend. He grinned mischievously at me and I swallowed hard.
Bye.
Right, so, see you tomorrow.
I raced back to my room, face aflame. Was I really that obvious? Ugh. Satch was the worst. It was finally time to take train back to Asagao. Mine and I woke up dead, so tired we didn't bother changing out of our pajamas. We dragged our luggage to the hotel lobby, climbed into the lobby chairs, setting our foreheads against our knees.
It's not even light outside. This is hell.
It didn't take long for yours to show up. Everyone except Jared, Jirard, and Satch were still in their pajamas. Hughie was clutching a pillow, and Jimmy was wrapped in a blanket like some kind of burrito blanket. We traveled to the train station like a herd of zombies, only Jirard and Satch to stay in conversation. Even though Jared was dressed, he still looked like he'd shoot anybody who looked at him the wrong way. We piled into the train, barely noticing who was with who. I followed Jirard and Jared into a compartment, and Mike followed me. Jared's eyes widened, but it was too late to escape. The train rumbled into motion, and away we went. Maya took a seat next to Jared, and after he gave me a pleading look, I took a seat on the other side of her. The train rumbled steadily down the track, allowing movement almost like the rocking of a carriage. Maya was quiet for once, eyes compulsively falling shut. I watched her struggle to stay awake, occasionally snapping her head up like a dog, trying to catch a fly, then falling lower again. Finally, her head lolled into Jared's shoulder, and she was fast asleep. Jared glanced uncomfortably at her head, but even he wasn't rude enough to wake a sleeping girl. At some point, I noticed Jared's leg fidgeting. He looked supremely uncomfortable and kept glancing at the compartment door.
Jared.
Jared, you okay?
Hana?
Uh-huh. He peeled Maya's head off his shoulder and handed her limp form to me. I really need to pee. Please take care of her. Relieved of his burden, he dashed out the door. I tried to settle Maya on my shoulder, but no sooner had I leaned her against me than she fell directly into my lap.
Why are you completely fine?
Huh.
A snort came across the compartment. Jirard was clutching his mouth, trying hard to suppress his laughter. I shot him a glare.
Hey, no worries.
He shifted over his seat, now taking the open space next to me.
You look just as tired as her. You use my shoulder as a pillow if you want.
Jirard smiled kindly at me, and I kind of found myself wondering why I did deserve this from him. Was he being nice again just because? Do you want something from me?
No, that's alright. Can't wait to get back to Asagao.
Sure, I'll do what I can.
But if you need me, I'm right here. Jared entered the room compartment again. After a brief glance at three of us, shook Jirard's old seat across the way. Ice cold. I watched the trees speed past the train, my eyes getting heavier and heavier. Well, I could stay awake. Definitely. I wasn't tired at all. I wasn't. A jolt shot me into alertness. I was leaning against something warm and soft. I pushed myself up, wiping drool off my face.
Have a nice nap,
Jirard.
Jirard. You look like you slept well.
I flushed and Maya giggled beside me.
You're so cute, the way you were snoring. No, I didn't mind it.
Maya gave me a look. I knew exactly what she meant by it. I would never live this down. And so, just like that, our convention getaway was over. Things are going back to normal. I gathered up my things and headed back to the Asagao campus, following Jirard's eyes the entire time. Chapter 3. Amuse and shock Jirard again.
Of course, the crystal shards themselves can protect people from the miasma. That was the myrrh that caravans gathered every year in order to keep their town safe from harm.
As Mr. lectured in front of the class, I doodled absentmindedly in my notebook. I missed the convention. It was so much fun hanging out with everyone in Jirard, learning about video games with Jirard, wandering around the convention in the city with Jirard. We have 20 tournament points with Jirard. I sighed dreamily. What if every day was like that, and I got to spend all my free time with him?
He would teach me all there was to know about video games, just talking me through all the stories I hadn't played, showing me the completion bonuses I'd never gotten. We would laugh together and share food together, and then finally one day, on our 50th wedding anniversary, when Jirard was an old shriveled prune of a man and I was a spitfire of an old woman, I would hand him his very own Princess Pumpernickel figure. He would cry in joy as he looked at the figure and completed the quest that brought us together.
You.
Miss Mizuno? Miss Mizuno? Ah, yes, what's wrong? The day did not breed cows in the fields of foam. The fields of fun? What? Disappointing. Pay more attention, please. I'll be forced to have you stay after class. Yes, ma'am. Stop thinking about your fantasies of Jirard. Sheesh, Hana, where's your mind at? Nowhere. Don't even worry about it. Oh, jeez. I was really losing it. How completely embarrassing. But of course, when the time came for lunch, I was finally able to see Jirard again and went shooting out the door. Hana! I shot out into the hallway. I was heading for the staircase when...
Hana!
Jirard came running down the hallway, and just as much a rush as me, I stopped by the door, flushed.
Hi.
Jirard, hi, do you have somewhere to go today? No, I was really hungry today. Jirard blushed and avoided my eyes, but came to stand beside me. Neither of us could keep the smiles off our faces. Anyways, ready to head to lunch? Yeah, I'm starving. As I pushed open the door and Jirard passed me by, I saw mine and Jirard standing across the way. They were both staring at me with smug looks on their faces. I knew exactly what they were thinking.
What?
What? Nothing. Jirard and I waltzed out into the campus together, the sun soaking our faces. What the hell's wrong with me? The mood was lifted as high as the clear blue sky, and I beamed. I felt really good today. It's so weird to be back at school after the con. Isn't it? I miss it all.
Yes!
Me too! It was great to be able to see my friends all the time. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's just tough to be separated from everybody now. Yeah, it's lame. I wish every day could be like a con, even after we graduate from Asagao. But that'd be pretty hard, wouldn't it? I had to buy more than a mansion, maybe an entire road of houses just for my friends to live in. But that'd be so fun.
Right?
Wouldn't it? Giddily, we entered the cafeteria, chatting animatedly. It was as though there was no one else in the room but Jirard. Anyways, Hana, I was wondering. I'm going to the city today to check for Princess Pumpernickel. There's a lead in a small shop there. Would you like to come with me? I know you're not too big in IBKs, but...
Yeah!
Of course I would.
Really?
Really? Great. I wouldn't mind learning more about them either. Chubby was really cute. You like her then? Well, of course, she's at my desk lamp. I see her every morning when I wake up.
Huh.
That's great to hear. It's really cute. Pardon? So see you after class? Definitely. Somehow, the rest of the guys got to the hill before us. Apparently we slowed down somewhere on our walk here. We sat down, ready to rejoin another conversation, but they dropped what they were talking about as we approached. I side-eyed Mai, but she just laughed. Whatever. I didn't care if my feelings for Jirard were that obvious. Just as long as he didn't find out. I think he already knows. Shaking my head, I set my sights on the next few hours. Soon, Jirard and I would be in a train again, heading towards the city. So immediately after school, Jirard and I raced to the train station for the very first train to the city, giggling like maniacs. We made it to the stop just as we were boarding and piled into a compartment, wheezing like numbskulls. Looks like we got our exercise today, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Where's the shop we were heading to anyways? It just opened. That's part of the reason I'm heading there. I need to put my feelers out. The guy seemed like he was a big IBTA collector, so if anyone's bound to have it, it's him. Anyways, how's your tournament practice going? Oh, right, that. After the excitement of the convention, I forgot that I still need to practice for tournament while I was here. Seeing the guilty look on my face, Jirard shrugged.
Well...
Don't worry about it. We got 3 weeks. There's still time. Yeah. 3 weeks already seems like a lot of time. until it's not anymore.
Oh.
I know what you mean. I haven't had time to practice much either.
Really?
Don't you do quick plays or something?
You are correct.
They're called speedruns. I don't just do any speedruns, but completionist speedruns.
Completed.
Get every item in the game completed as fast as you can. Just as time consuming as you'd think, and it takes a lot of practice. My event also starts the earliest of all of them and goes to the latest, so it's a bit of an ordeal. I had no idea games could be so stressful.
Huh.
You get breaks. It's nothing compared to competitive RTS players or even MOBA games. Have you seen those? I mean, come on. StarCraft 2 is fucking crazy, man. Oh, there he was again, spitting out jargon like I was supposed to know what it meant. I shook my head slowly. They're crazy, like real athletes, taking their real athlete money too. It's crazy how much things have changed the last few years. Games are art, games are sports, games are trash, games are friendships, games are communities, games are stories, games are characters, games are creations. It's just a big, wide world out there. I can't imagine how anyone could just not be interested in it or write them off, but a lot of people do. I felt like I somehow touched a nerve, but nodded politely. I didn't grow up with games, so I never thought about how important they could be to people. Train started to a stop. A little time played, Jirard and I headed into the city.
Well,
Think about it this way. None of us would be friends without games. Or maybe some of us might be, but not all of us. We have this thing to unite us when everything else fails. He sighed. I remember how I was talking about having all my friends live in houses near each other? It might not ever happen, but we'll always be able to play games together. That's basically the same thing. I nodded slowly. Jirard's friends were clearly very important to him, and so were games. So then, you have plans for the future? Jirard looked up from his phone, glancing across the street, then beckoned for me to follow him. Future plans?
nope.
He beamed at me, then led the way across a crosswalk.
Really?
No, just no. I hurried after him, completely confused. I also like this is a no fun shop right here. Much of my life was spent in anxiety for one particular reason. I did not have a passion. I would watch my mother and my father work together at their jobs, complementary work, both dedicating all their time and energy to their own creative pursuits, and wondered whether something was wrong with me. My dad would pat my head on, tell me to live my life happily, because I did not need to know now, but that didn't help. Without passion, life was incomplete. That was the picture I got. I didn't have the desire to keep working on something just because I enjoyed it. Eventually I would get tired. I didn't have to spend more time on that thing, I wouldn't. The only times I did were when other people were involved. I got good grades, so I would be praised, and so I was good at something. Nothing else, if not bold or creative, I was smart. Or athletic, I was smart. Well, that was all I ever felt I had going for me. Yeah, no, I haven't figured that out yet. But you're so talented, you can pick anything you wanted to do.
Huh.
All I really want to do is entertain, or maybe play video games. It'd be great to find a way to do both, but I don't know if there is yet. Maybe I'll find something though, or I can create my own thing. He laughed heartily. I'm sure it'll work itself out. Jirard. Rather than inspire me for the first time, Jirard's positive attitude grated my nerves. Things aren't always as easy as that, though. You need to survive. You can't just not pick a field because you haven't figured it out. You can't just create your own job.
What?
Why not? There are bills to pay. Jirard looked at me quizzically and I stopped myself. Right. He probably wouldn't understand what it's like to worry about whether your next paycheck came from. These people, all of them, came from wealthy families. They didn't have the same problems I did. Never mind.
All right.
Well, here we are. Jirard pointed to a small shop with an open sign in the window. It didn't even have a title over its entryway yet. A paper hung on the door with Jaeger's Finds in black Sharpie. After you. Jirard and I stepped into the shop. It was small, cramped, and somewhat dingy. Rows of white wire racks stood across the room every few feet. If they were placed any closer together, there wouldn't be room to walk. I peered at the different things lining the shelves.
game disc, portfolios of cards, small figures, numbers across the bases, dice, plushies, bouncy balls. As Jirard made a beeline for the man at the counter.
Hello.
You don't have a Princess Pumpernickel figure lying around, would you? The man behind the counter scoffed, as if the answer should have been obvious. Whoever comes in, could you let me know? Jirard exchanged information with the man, who hissed at him. I could tell from the way he was shaking his head, dreadlocks trembling, that he thought Jirard's search was hopeless. We returned to the street outside, Jirard no worse for wear than before. As I headed back to the train station, I finally asked what had been on my mind for some time.
Jirard, why exactly do you collect things?
I like what I like.
Why? Well, because I like them, of course. Okay, that's fine, but why do you need to complete your collections? Seems like a lot more work than it's worth. It probably costs a lot, too.
Well...
He stroked his beard carefully as he set off across the crosswalk. I mean, why do people do anything? That's a hard question to answer, in the end, because it's because I want to. And completing things gives me a sense of accomplishment and closure. I get a sense of satisfaction when I look over everything I've done. I know this sounds silly, but in another way, I look at the collections and remember how I've changed.
See what I mean?
It's like, oh, that used to matter to me a lot. He shook his head.
Oh no, have you ever collected something? Yeah, but never on purpose.
Really?
Really? Never? Someone just gave you all the things you collected and you never bought something for yourself? No.
I stopped mid-sentence. There was a shop window to my right, a craft shop with lovely patterned papers and yarns.
Hana,
you okay?
What?
What?
I blinked. I stopped in the middle of the road. A man walking past scoffed at me, annoyed that I was in his way. I stuck my tongue out at his back.
The paper here is really pretty, that's all. You like origami?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my parents were really creative and taught me how to fold things. I got really good at it after... around the time my mom passed. Haven't done much since then, though.
hey,
You should more often. Seems like you like it.
No, that's okay. Come on, we're gonna miss the train.
I sat in our compartment on the way back to Asagao. I couldn't help but review the conversation in my mind. I understood that it was just the way Jirard was, but it didn't seem a good enough reason for all the effort he was going through. It was a figure, after all. Wouldn't give him lasting happiness or anything. Jirard was staring out the window, a troubled look on his face.
You know, thinking about it more, at this point, I might do it because it's who I am more than anything else. Do what? Collect things. It's fun. It's a part of me by now. You guys get a quest to go after and something to find myself by, right?
exactly.
I'm dedicated, disciplined, and persistent. If I work hard enough, I'll reward for it. I like that feeling. Feels like I can impact things. I think that's something everybody needs in their life. Impact things?
Jirard nodded.
Do we have something like that?
By the time we got back to campus, night had fallen. We jogged for the entrance and Jirard escorted me back to Primrose House.
Thanks.
Thanks for going with me, Hana. No, thank you. It's fun time spend time with you again. I'm sure you can find Pumpernickel.
Jirard shrugged.
That's okay. Gives you something to look forward to.
He pumped a fist into the air.
Finish it.
Someday I shall prevail.
See you later.
Anyways, I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye, Hana. Have a good night.
I headed for my dorm room, resolution formed in my mind. If Jirard was going to find Princess Pumpernickel, he had more than just his eyes looking for them. Tomorrow, I would find Princess Pumpernickel. And that's how I found myself riding the train after school the next day, not even taking the time to change. You fool. There was a way I could find Jirard's elusive Princess Pumpernickel, then I could present it to him. I wanted to make him happy, and if he was happy, I would be happy too. I wandered the city aimlessly, watching people float by me with a sinking feeling. Where was I even supposed to go find it? I wanted to check some out of the shops, many junk antique shops and collections of old nerdy stores run by people who were just as big as fans as Jirard was. I'd run willy-nilly into the city without even a plan to my name. Cool. With a sigh, I pulled out my phone and typed IBK figures into the search engine.
Oh, there was one only a few feet away? I zoomed on the map, trying to figure out where the hell it was in relation to directions it was giving. It seemed on the near side of this block, but which way was I supposed to go? I glanced up around me and came to a full stop. There was an alley just to my right, and through it I could see the orange-purple sign of Neil's Electronics, etc.
Yay!
Awesome! Hana, you fool! I started into the alley. What a convenient shortcut! I hate navigating cities more than anything, as much as I like the cities themselves. I wasn't familiar enough with them, so they were incredibly daunting. Especially with the way people brush past you like they didn't care at all. As I reached the middle of the alley, a looming figure stepped out in front of me. Fucking hair! What?
Hey, hello there, miss. A man with a mile-long pompadour. Jesus, that thing could, like, pierce the heavens or something. A man with a mile-long pompadour stepped out to block my path to the store, twirling a chain with something glinting on its end. My eyes followed the glinting thing, trying to catch a glimpse of what it was, and noticing this, he brought it to a standstill. My heart stopped. It was a knife. That's a real nice backpack you got there. Come from a rich family, do ya? I backed away slowly, clutching my backpack to my chest with both hands. My entire month's allowance was inside of it. Without it, how was I supposed to eat? The robber sneered. I don't suppose you'd want to let me have a look at the inside of that, eh? Maybe you even want to give it to me.
No!
I turned around and started to run, but didn't get far. A sharp jolt of pain shot through my ankle, and I cried out. I fell face first into the ground, biting my lip as I fell.
Oh.
The iron taste of blood tickled my tongue, and I spat it to the side. I tried to stand, but pain made me fall back to the ground. The robber walked casually up to me. Easy as taking candy from a baby. He held the knife in one hand, reaching out to me with the other. I scooted away as quickly as I could, eventually running to the wall. There was nowhere left to go, but the knife kept coming closer. Tears in my eyes, I flung my arms over my head. Jirard, help! What the f—
Huh.
Well, what's going on here? And Jirard was there. I lowered my arms, completely flabbergasted, and Jirard stood in the alleyway, a semi-pleasant look on his face, as if you were greeting an old friend instead of confronting an armed robber. You!
Hey!
Baggy, so we meet again! The robber, Baggy, stepped away from me, holding a knife up towards Jirard. They seemed to know each other somehow. Jirard stepped between me and Baggy, a dangerous glint in his eye. I quickly scooted behind him. Jirard? If you wouldn't mind laying off Hana, that'd be great. I doubt you'd like Mistress Valletta to hear about this. You wouldn't dare! I slit your throat before you got the chance. Jirard pulled his cell phone out of his pocket. It already opened in his hand. He turned to the screen towards Baggy, thumb hovering over the send button. Would you? Baggy glanced around himself, trying to figure out some way to escape. Finally, he looked back at Jirard, rage practically shooting off of him. You haven't heard the last of me, Jirard. Someday I'll have my revenge.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, tell it to your mother. And make sure to tell her hi. I will, she says hi back. Nice. Baggy pocketed his knife and wandered out of the alleyway. Hey,
heading to who knows where. Jirard watched him until he was out of sight, then bent down next to me.
Hana.
Are you okay? What are you doing all the way out here in an alley by yourself? How'd you know that, man? Me and the Bagster used to go to school together. Such a card, that one. Card? Are you okay?
Tears filled my eyes. I was so relieved to see him. The impact of what just happened was finally hitting me, and my throat tightened until I couldn't reply. Jirard traveled from my face to my hands, clasped tightly around my ankle.
Hold the phone. What?
Wait, are you hurt?
CG. Jirard swept me up into his arms as if he were carrying a princess. Princess. He smiled at me, readjusting his grip. I put my arms around his neck, instinctively trying to make it easier for him.
Don't worry, I've got you.
Jirard.
Jirard? I'm taking you to the infirmary. You can't afford hospital fees, right? Hey. Don't worry, I'll always be here when you need me.
Jirard started out of the alley. As soon as we emerged onto the street, people started to stare, giving Jirard very strange looks. My mind finally caught up with what was happening. I buried my face to his shoulder.
Jirard, put me down, I'm fine, I can walk on my own.
Nope.
Nope. Under no circumstances. What if it gets worse?
Besides, you're hardly heavy at all.
So I said, though I could feel his shoulders straying underneath me. I no longer saw the people around me. All I felt were Jirard's arms and the steady bobbing motion of his walk. It was comforting and steady, and finally I realized what could possibly have happened to me had Jirard not been there. Then I started to sob, unable to hold it any longer.
Jirard, I was so scared.
Jirard patted me as gently as he could from the way he was awkwardly holding me.
Well,
Hana.
you don't need me anymore. I'm here for you.
Jirard's shoulder muffled my sobs. I didn't pull away from him until we got back to Asagao. Jirard pulled open the door to the nurse's office, carrying me through. Mr. McPasta barely even looked up from his desk. With a single glance, he pointed to a bed in the back of the room. Jirard placed me gently into it and shook out his arms. He was breathing rather heavily, but was doing his best to hide it. Shame crept down my neck, but Jirard didn't complain. Was he holding me the entire time, even on the train? Whatever. He probably didn't want me to feel bad.
Are you feeling alright?
He said himself.
I think I hurt my ankle.
How did that happen?
I tripped.
Creeps raised an eyebrow, but took a cursory glance at my ankle. Then he poked it. Does this hurt?
Ow! It's only twisted. Get some rest and it'll get better.
He glanced from me to Jirard and smiled a creepy smile.
I've got to run an errand real quick, but I'm sure I can leave you in this care.
But Creeps left, his coat sweeping out behind him like the wings of a great white bat.
Hana.
Why are you in that alley in the first place? Why are you wandering the city alone? It's not like walking around the city is that dangerous. Yeah, but it seems like you lack the street smarts people get when they're raised in your cities. Touché. Although I could just use I see the same question.
Hana.
Fine. I was there looking for Spell Nickel. I think I'd check it around and maybe if I found it.
I flushed and trailed off. Jirard sighed.
I have every store in a 300-mile radius on watch and ready to alert me if it comes into stock. You don't need to worry yourself trying to find it for me. Why are you going through all this trouble? Like, you'll go through trouble for me, for all of us. I just wanted to repay you.
I bit my lip. And took a swig of drink.
And there's another reason, kind of.
Well.
See? I had a collection myself when I was younger. Something like a collection. When I was little, my mom got sick. Really, really sick. It was basically guaranteed she was going to die, but as a little girl, I didn't understand that. I saw my dad suffering, as she grew weaker. My mom struck my face as she gradually lost the will to keep fighting. But I heard the myth of the 1,000 paper cranes. If you can afford 1,000 origami cranes, your heart's desire will be granted. At least, that's how I understood it at the time. So I tried. I tried really, really hard to fold 1,000 paper cranes. In the end, I only made it to around 700 before my mother died. As my dad and I stood by her bed, I kept thinking to myself, if only it had been better, if only it had been faster. If I could have folded 1,000 cranes, she would have lived.
Hana?
Anna? So, when I see you trying so hard to finish your own collection, I guess... just reminds me of little Hana. I want to grant her wish even if I can't fulfill her heart's desire. Hana, I'm so sorry.
No!
No, it's okay. I'm a little surprised myself. I always figured I just wanted to help you out. I didn't connect to that memory until just now. It's silly, isn't it? I playfully bonked myself on the head, but Jirard didn't even crack a smile. So then, the origami yesterday. I nodded. That's why I stopped folding origami. I haven't really found myself much joy in it since then. It's why I didn't want to go back. But the paper in that shop was beautiful. For the first time, I almost wanted to start again. Jirard searched my face. He took my hand in his.
Thank you.
Anna, thank you so much for trying to help so hard to help me. There's no problem. Really, I want to. You two done talking? I need some rest. A good nap, some crutches to get back to a room, and you should be good as new within a day or two.
Yes!
That's great! In that case, I'll leave you the rest.
Jirard.
Jirard? I grabbed his sleeve as he stood to leave, then glanced at the floor. Thank you for saving me.
Sure, I'll do what I can.
If I had to, I'd save you 1,000 times more. Whatever took to keep you safe and happy.
Bye!
I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Jirard turned towards the door. As he pulled it open, he looked at me again.
I promise.
Don't forget, always come help when you need me. And then he was gone. I actually have to wipe my eyes. 'Cause, yeah. Acting. Creep side next to me. Love bids these days, I swear. Anyway, have a good night. He shook his head, then drew the curtains around my bed. Stared at the infirmary curtains in front of me, distinctly aware of Mr. McPaus's every move. For a while, he was silent. He was clicking around and typing on the computer, probably entering my medical information. I shifted, trying to get comfortable enough to fall asleep, but Mr. McPaus's presence wasn't something that was very smoothing. That's what I was thinking anyways, until I heard him giggling. When his giggles finally faded away, I caught the faint meow of a cat. The giggles started again. He was watching cat videos on the internet? I chuckled to myself, nestling into my pillow. If he'd liked cats, he couldn't be that bad of a guy. The sound of cat videos sang me to sleep. I was escorted to my room after I woke up. Ma was distraught when she saw me, but after I told her what happened, her expression changed.
Aww.
Jirard saved you? How romantic. Why? I was on my phone, searching the internet for some kind of movie to watch, when it went off in my hand. Mr. Rapasa said you went back to your room. Feeling okay? It was Jirard. Warmth blew into my chest. Yeah, don't worry. No, he wouldn't believe me. I'm still a bit shaken. No, that would make him worried. I should just tell him the truth. I'm fine, just need rest. I smiled and sent the message. I watched a typing symbol appear on the bottom of the screen. And then it disappeared. No, wait, there it was again. Or not. I watched it appear and disappear, a smile on my face. Finally, he responded. Cool. I giggled and resumed my internet browsing.
Jirard was just too cute. The walk to class next day was punctuated with whispers and pointing fingers. Somehow, word about my being attacked in the city got out.
I didn't see that.
As I carefully left the stairwell, conscious of not injuring myself any further, a small warm something collided with me.
Hana, oh my god, are you okay?
What? Yes, I'm fine.
I heard you got attacked by ninjas in the city. Oh my gosh, tell me everything.
He looked up at me with wide eyes. At all the appearance of concern and compassion, Mai put a hand on her hip.
What are you doing, Mimi?
What are you talking about? I'm just concerned for my friend Hana here.
She slung an arm around my shoulder, rubbing my back like I was a baby who needed to spit up.
My poor girl, you must have been so scared.
No.
No, not really.
No, but the ninjas.
There are no ninjas.
No. But still.
As she tried to argue further, Ian walked past. Mimi drew me tighter against her.
Wow, I am so glad you're okay, Hana.
Ian stopped in his tracks and turned to us. Beside me, Mimi shook slightly. She was scrunching up her face like she was trying to hide a grin.
Hana!
Hunter, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It wasn't a big deal.
That's good. I would have been upset to lose my biggest competition. Take care of yourself, alright?
Yeah.
I will.
He nodded at me, smiling, and his small gesture almost felt like a hug. But then he turned to Mimi.
Blah, blah.
You!
Me?
You're probably the most two-faced person I've ever met. I've met a lot of the kind. I normally wouldn't say anything, but profiting off of someone who hurt themselves? Only complete monsters do that. If you don't think people can see through this, you're wrong. You're not helping yourself.
Ian.
You don't know that?
No, I guess I don't. He left, spurring Mimi in his wake. She yanked her arm from me with a grunt, jostling me into my.
Stupid. Stop doing stuff like this getting the guys like you. It's pathetic.
Pardon?
She slammed the door to the classroom, not even looking back.
Jerk.
God, I always knew that girl was the worst. What was her problem? I mean, I used to be friends with her. It took me a while to see past her fake kindness. She didn't know anybody else and used me to get into the volleyball games for free. She had a crush on the coach.
Ew.
Yeah. Older men aren't that bad, but our coach?
This is so stupid.
Anyways, just forget about her. She's not worth it. Thanks, Mike.
We stepped into the classroom, avoiding Mimi's eyes as we did, but...
Hana!
Oh my god, hon, are you okay? It was going to be a long day. Oh, Hana, my sweet, I'm so happy to be finally spent our 20th anniversary together.
Sure, I can't believe you brought us back to the place we met. Well, it made sense. After all, we had to complete the circle.
Ooh, puns.
But still, 25 years. How'd it come to that? You don't look a day older, dear. And that's a good thing, too.
Jirard grabbed my waist and pulled me to his lap, giggling all the while.
Jirard, not here.
Why not?
Someone could see.
Oh yeah!
And why would that be a problem? Oh my god.
Holy shit, what happened? Who's trying to kill us? I have a candelabra and I'm not afraid to use it.
Mai sprang from her bed into the middle of the room, wielding some kind of flaunting figure.
Sorry, Mai, I just had a weird dream.
Really?
Said herself. She relaxed and immediately hid the figure behind her back.
What's that? Nothing. Mai. Oh, would you look at that?
Mai pointed to the wall above her desk, on which there was only a calendar, and tried to toss the figure into her bed. Instead, Claire against the bedside and fell to the floor.
What?
Mai, is that my Chuba figure?
I glanced at the corner of my desk, and sure enough, Chuba was missing.
I guess it is. Fancy that. Why do you have it? Well, you know, it happened to be in my bed for some reason. It just happened into your bed? Alright. I want to look at it. George's owned his IBKs, and you're taking an interest in them too, so I'm just curious. Oh, why didn't you say so? We'll have to look at it anytime. Though I was sitting on my desk all semester, it would have been hard to look for her to get a look just by looking at it. Why such a big deal about how weird it was? I felt stupid trying to ask for them. Anyways, now you have it back, and we're not under attack. Going back to bed. Good night. I climbed hastily into her bed. No doubt embarrassed I discovered her secret. With a smile, I set Chubby back on my desk and sunk into my blankets. What kind of dream did you have, anyways? I sighed. Looked like we were both going to be bed embarrassed. My leg felt much better the next morning, which was a good thing because all morning I was paranoid I would see Jirard. I spent the walk to class ducking behind corners, jumping behind strangers. Ugh. After the dream in my head, I didn't know how I could face him. I watched the clock tick away the hours with increasing anxiety. Every time I looked up and saw it was a new hour, my throat tightened. But of course, the time for my doom came. Lunch. Don't even worry about it. You'll be fine. I patted me on the back in her way, but I shook my head. As soon as we entered the cafeteria, search normal would sail for Jirard, but he wasn't there. Gotta take a drink. Glanced at the lunch line, out the door behind us, space in between. Nothing. Where is he? I shrugged. You got what you wished for. I bit the inside lip and headed into the lunch line. As was usually the case, Asagao served a mixture of foods from all across the world. So many international students attending, it only made sense for her to do something like that. With our French and Thai food on our plates, we head for the table. When we sat, I again searched the cafeteria. Nothing. Looking for someone? I jumped. Satch, sitting next to me, was grinning devilishly at me. No, of course not. Satch laughed and jerked a thumb behind him. Jirard was at a table in the back of the room, a more private table surrounded by plants. He had an array of key figurines in front of him and was taking money from one of the students he was talking to. The student pocketed the Max Scowling Pun figure, and Jirard shook his hand. He's selling his figures? Only his extras.
Really?
Why, they're so bored of him. I thought he kept all his extras. Sat shrugged. That, I don't know. Maybe he got tired of the clutter? Jirard was now trying to pitch a kitty with lightning yellow hair and a giant ass sword to a scared-looking first year. Is this the Cloud Strife cat? Or, I'm gonna say, browed cat trife. I don't know. I turned back to my plate, trying to ignore my disappointment. After all, I didn't want to see him today. It was far too embarrassing. Nope, not at all. Lunch period passed by more slowly without Jirard. It wasn't that the conversation didn't interest me, it was just that the spark of the whole thing was gone. Without Jirard's shyness and inclusive tendencies, conversations veered towards games I had never seen or heard of. I pushed around my food, bored out of my mind. Finally, it's time to head back to class. With a grateful sigh, I got out of my seat and head for the trash bin.
Hana!
Hana! Jirard! Hi! Nice to see you here. In the cafeteria. At lunch. Yeah, I'm glad I got you. Since I didn't get to eat lunch with you today, I wanted to know whether you'd be interested in making up for it this weekend. Have lunch with you this weekend? Jirard was blushing slightly, a slight small smile on his lips. Was this a date? This was a date. Jirard was asking me on a date. You up for it?
Yeah.
With you? Definitely.
Awesome!
That's great. In that case, I'll see you around noon on Saturday. Right, can't wait. As I beamed like a buffoon, I made eye contact with Mai. She slowly shook her head at me. Called it. Totally called it. Oh, shush. A real date with Jirard. Colonel. I was more than ready for that.
Saturday morning took its slow time coming. When it finally did, I was ready. Maya was by my side, the one woman equivalent of a team of stylists. She did my makeup for me, made sure my hair was extra silky, dabbed just the right amount of perfume on my neck. And of course, she helped me pick out the cutest outfit, and the one I felt the most comfortable in. When I was all ready, it was just a matter of waiting.
Aww.
My baby Hana's all grown up. I'm so proud of you, honey.
She pinched my cheek and I swatted her hand away.
Stop that. It was only a few weeks ago that we talked about dating boys and you acted like it was an impossibility. Now look where we are. Hana's got herself a B-O-Y-F. Stop it. I do not.
My cell phone vibrated on my desk. I snatched it up immediately. I expected it was from Jirard. Was he waiting outside? Heart pounding, I opened it up.
Hana, I can't make it today. I'm really sorry. I'll definitely find a way to make up to you.
Oh.
Is it him?
I showed her a message and her face fell as quickly as mine had.
Ow!
She said herself.
Couldn't he have told you sooner than this? We would have wasted all that time.
Maya caught the look on my face and stuttered, backtracking.
I mean, I'm sure he wants a rain check. It's not like Jirard to do something like this. Yeah, it's not. He must really not want to go with me. That's not what I meant, Hana.
An odd, rather rhythmic knock tapped itself out against our door. Mike shot me a look.
Well, if that's not Jirard, who is it?
With a shrug, I went to get the door, trying not to let the hope show on my face. Maybe it was a prank, or he changed his mind, or it was just Satch.
Hi, Satch.
Don't look so happy to see me, please. But I think I know why you're bummed. Jirard sent you his message, didn't he?
What?
How did...
Jirard sentenced me to forgive you his most formal sincere apologies. But seriously, he's really sorry. He wanted the message delivered in person, but I guess he got paranoid the wait would get your hopes up too high.
But why can't he come?
Well...
That I don't know. Jirard's been acting strange lately. I know him almost better than anyone, and he's definitely going through something. But he's not the type to want to unload on others, so I'm keeping my distance. Out of respect, if he wants my help, he'll ask. Jirard's that kind of person.
Thanks for the warning.
Sash chuckled, patting me gently on the head. I knew you were a smarty. Anyway, I'll be going. You looked really nice today, by the way.
Thank you.
Be good.
Later. Satch waltzed down the hall, smiles in good cheer. It made complete sense why Jirard and him were such good friends. I headed back into the dorm room. Maya had her purse on her shoulder and was looking at me expectantly.
Yes? You ready to go? Go where? Have to eat, silly. It's my treat today. There's a great chili place just off campus. Thanks, Mai. What are you thanking me for? I'm just hungry. Come on, I'll starve to death the way you're dawdling.
Once again, I found myself thinking. I was so lucky to have Mai. I was both dreading and anticipating running into Jirard after that. Dreading because I didn't want to see him try and avoid me or turn away in shame. Now I know he made a mistake. But anticipating because there was only one thing I wanted now. An explanation. After that day, Jirard stopped coming to the cafeteria for lunch. Nobody knew why, but nobody was particularly concerned.
Sometimes Jirard gets an idea to do something. He doesn't stop until it's done. How do you think he became such a legendary completionist?
It was fine for them, but I wasn't satisfied. Not at all. It was that dissatisfaction that led me to stand in front of Jirard's door, hand twisted into my skirt.
I'm just checking on, just to be sure.
I raised a trembling hand to the door and knocked. In the past, every time I knocked on Jirard's door, it flew open within seconds, Jirard's smiling face behind it. This time it didn't open.
Jirard?
I knocked again. Was he really not here? Where else would he be? This time I heard rustling behind his door.
Hana!
Hana, is that you? Yeah?
What's up?
What's up? Are you okay? Can I come in? The latch turned and the door slowly creaked open about an inch and a half. Jirard peeked through the crack, apparently trying to block as much of the room inside as he possibly could. I would love for you to come. I would love for you to, Hana. Really I would, but I'm, busy. Busy? Is that why you haven't been around lately? I've been worried about you. Yes? He glanced to his room and pulled the door a bit closer to him. I've just got this huge school project due soon. Like, so huge. Like, you don't even know how huge. It's like, it's crazy, man. I nodded slowly. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it. Like, so big. I'm like, oh man, it's just so big. It's like, crazy big. Jeez, so much, you know? So, I really can't afford to take time away from it. He glanced at his room again, pulling the door even closer to him. At this point, I could just barely make out his eye. He was clearly lying, but even so, he generally didn't seem to want me there. I thought Sash's roundabout warning. Maybe this is what he was talking about? So Sash is smart. And I'm going to consider his warning into account when making this decision. We could try to demand an answer out of him. Or we could let it go and wait for Jirard to come back. I'm thinking we let it go. Because I don't want to have an argument happen in the hallway. That could probably happen when demanding an answer right here and now. Let's let it go. Well, okay, I'll let you get back to it then.
You're the best.
Really, sweet. Thank you, Hana. I knew you'd understand. I smiled half-heartedly.
See you later.
Good luck.
Thanks.
See you around. That's what he said, but I did not see him around. Weeks rolled by, and suddenly the tournament was just a week away. I practiced my butt off and was ready for it, but even then my mind kept straying to Jirard. What was he doing, and why was he avoiding me? Chapter 4. Sad and angry Jirard. Oh no. I just don't know what else to do. I collapsed with a huff on my bed, wrapping myself up in its sheets.
I don't know.
I don't either, Hana. I hadn't spoken to Jirard in weeks, and neither I nor anybody else knew what he was up to. After class, he went straight to lunch, politely evading all conversation on the way. He grabbed his food and disappeared into his room, not being seen until seconds before class started up again. No one but me was even particularly concerned.
That's just the way he is. He'll come back when he's ready.
But that wasn't it. That wasn't the whole story. Of course I was concerned for his well-being. Knowing Jirard, he would push himself to the ends of the earth that meant completing some project he was working on, but at the same time... He hates me, doesn't he? I sat across from me, straddling her desk chair.
What a jerk.
If he really decided to just up and start hating you for no reason, he's not the guy you thought he was, right? I'm sure he is. He's not the kind of person who just shut people out like that. Do I do something wrong, or something's wrong with him? Why, what do I do?
What?
Are you seriously asking me that question? Sure, I mean, I don't exactly have our leads go off, and you know way more about guys than I do. Well, you're like Jirard, right? Of course I do. If he was doing this because you were upset at him in some way. And if he is, he's being totally unreasonable. Then you want to try to fix the situation? Of course, if I did something wrong, I'd just rectify it. My ground rubbed her temples. Your thought isn't wrong, but the way you're applying it is... Well, if that's what you want to do, why don't you try doing something to show him how much you care? You always talk about how Jirard has been doing all this stuff for you, so maybe if you do something for him, he'll understand. It's possible he felt like you were taking advantage of his kindness. You think? That couldn't really be true. There's no way. Jirard was excruciating kind to me, so it kind of made me uncomfortable at times, but I never asked him to be that way. I always tried to let him know I appreciate it. I was even trying to get his pumpernickel for him. Unsuccessfully. What did it matter? I was trying to get figure if there was no actual results. It wasn't trying that mattered. If I could only find a way to get his pumpernickel for him, he'd definitely understand how I feel. Do you think? But you've already tried, haven't you? Jirard has half the country on lockdown. He can't do it. How are you going to?
I don't know.
I don't know. But if I have to try, I have to simply show Jirard how I truly feel about him. If after all that he still wants nothing to do with me and he still wants to avoid me, there's nothing I can do.
The question was, how was I going to do it? On my way out of the cafeteria next day, I was tapped on the shoulder.
Hi.
Jimmy, what's up? Is everything okay?
Jimmy shifted his weight almost as if he were dancing. After a second, he returned my gaze. Yeah, everything's fine. Well, I want to see you for a second. Do you have time to meet up with him?
Well,
Class is about to start.
Yeah, well, it's really important.
Okay, if it's really important, then sure.
He's waiting for you in front of the club room.
Okay.
I hesitated. Something about this didn't feel right.
Are you sure?
You're going to run out of time.
Right, sorry.
Following Jimmy's advice, I went straight to Poppy Hall, questions swirling in my mind. Jimmy seemed like he was something more than just sad. What was going on that he felt bad so bad? I turned into Poppy and down the hallway that led to both the Normal Boots and the Hidden Block club rooms. While he was waiting for me in front of the Hidden Block room, one arm hidden behind his back.
hello.
Wait, what's up?
Hana!
Anna, you came. I'm so glad. I was worried you wouldn't show.
Okay. What's going on? Jimmy said he had something really important to talk to me about.
Oh, right. Well, it is really important. It's this. Oh, he slid his arm out from behind his back. I gasped. In his hand was a crisp, mint condition IBK box, and inside the box.
That's his pumpernickel.
Here's a beautiful chocolate brown kitty. Long curls and amethyst hair cascaded down her head, a small silver crown with what looked like actual garnets encrusted in it. This is boy important. She smiled and almost shushed out her grin, as if she knew exactly how much she was worth.
How'd you?
There's no time. I know you've been wanting to help Jirard find this, and here it is. You've been worried about Jirard, haven't you?
Ollie, did you get this to your Jirard up? You're so sweet.
Ollie shook his head roughly, his jaw clenching. I want you to drop out of the tournament.
What?
You what?
I'll give this to you if you drop out of the tournament. Ollie's gaze dropped to the floor, no longer able to maintain eye contact with me. Suddenly, Jimmy's suspicious behavior clicked into place.
You're blackmailing me?
Look, Jirard is probably never going to see his figure unless you give it to him. If you don't take it back, I'm selling it for a profit. I didn't have to buy this stupid thing. Questions of how we really managed to afford it rose on my lips, but died like a flame. This felt like we could probably afford anything. This is a mutually beneficial agreement. You get what you want, I get what I want. Everyone's happy in the end, but you have to drop out. If I quit the tournament, I would lose chance to join an Overbirds club. Even more than that, I'd probably sentence them to a failure. Shane would be right about me. I wasn't sure they'd ever forgive me either. But at the same time, this figure was priceless to Jirard. It'd make him so happy. That was probably the only way I could truly show how I felt. Even if only once. Even at the cost of joining the club. I would want to see Jirard smile like that.
Good deal.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Well, let's shake on it. Ollie extended his a hand to me. A handshake, sign of friendship, respect, greeting, admiration, even truce. I took his hand in mine and gave it a firm shake.
Alright!
Here you go. Be careful not to dent the box. You'll destroy its worth.
I will. Thanks.
No, Hana, thank you. Ollie disappeared down the hallway, skipping his step. I gazed at the box in my hands. It was made of cardboard and plastic. The figure inside grinned knowingly at me, taunting me. A figure made of plastic and paint, and apparently real garnets.
Stupid.
Still, I could give it to Jirard now. It was just a matter of finding him. I ran up to my locker as quickly as I could, the box's weight carefully distributed between my fingers. I opened my locker and flung several books from the top shelf and set the box carefully in their place. Very gently, I shut the door and dashed into class.
You.
Miss Mizuno.
I went to step into the room.
Miss Shizuka. I have an explanation for your lateness.
My eyes darted PBG Shane and John. They gazed at me innocently. completely unaware of how I betrayed them. How in the world was I going to tell them I was quitting the tournament? Miss Mizuno? Ah! I don't know. I'm sorry. Of course you don't. People never seem to these days. She snapped her fingers and pointed to my desk. Sit. I turned on my chair, trembling slightly. I leaned over my shoulder and giggled. Way to go. I sense a rant coming on. It's not my fault.
Men.
Men. No. People. People these days don't know how to respect each other's time. You make an agreement to meet in a place, what do? They make you wait 20 minutes. No phone call. Not even a measly text. As if I don't have better things I can be doing than waiting around for you. Do they think time goes cheap in this reality? Of course it doesn't. Every second you spend is a second you'll never get back. Look at me. She slammed her hands on her desk. Look at me. Hate this. Respect a woman's time. She has very little of it. Mitsuka fingered the chalk in her hands. All at once it snapped in two. She cleared her throat and straightened up. Now then, class, about regenerative shields. She's crazy. Don't say that, she's having a hard time. You even know how old she is? Isn't she 25? That's what she'd like you to think. I was already feeling getting older. Mitsuka shot a glare in our direction and we silenced. There was only one thing left for me to do, and I spent the entire rest of class dreading it. No matter how I tried to spin it in my mind, this was a conversation that wouldn't have a positive end. There was no way to make it not hurt. I wanted to find a way to at least make it hurt less, but what in the world was I supposed to do? Instead, an impending sense of dread settled over me. Class's lights were too bright, the room too stuffy. Everyone seemed happy and carefree, like they were somewhere else, or they were from a different planet. I nibbled the eraser with my pencil until it disappeared, and then... it was time. Hey guys, can I talk to you about something?
What's up?
Sure, what's up, Anna?
There was no good way to say this. I had to rip off the band-aid.
I'm not going to compete in the tournament.
What?
What?
Why the hell not? You only had a week left. Why are you doing this now? Couldn't you have told us sooner?
Why are you leaving?
I can't say why.
You can't say why. You've got to be kidding me.
I'm really, really, really sorry.
My god, she's serious.
No.
I don't want to hear it, Hana. I really don't. Just go.
I nodded, turned away, shoulders hunched. This wasn't what I wanted. But it was worth it if I gave Jirard Princess Pumpernickel. I just had to keep thinking of Jirard. I shut the door behind me, blinking tears from my eyes. There it was, the hardest part was over. I opened up my locker and pulled out Princess Pumpernickel, staring at her plump features and increasingly sadistic smile. No, she was worth it. She was worth this. Sometimes people had to make sacrifices for people they love. That's just the way the world worked. Right now, Jirard's dream was more important than some stupid tournament or joining some stupid club. Jirard's dreams to happiness were more important to me than him, than what? Than my own? No, that was silly. Anyways, the decision was already made. There was no point to wondering this. I wanted to go straight to Jirard's room and try to give him Prince Tucker. As far as I knew, Shane would also be there. There was no way I was going to risk running into Shane not after what I just told him. I decided I headed straight for the dorms. I gave Jirard to figure the next day during lunch, it'd be no worse for wear. Besides, with the mood I was in, I would just drag Jirard's happiness down. Every minute I had Prince Pumpernickel out in the open was a moment of buzzing anxiety. I ran up the stairs as quickly as carefully as I could, holding the box by my fingertips so I sweaty palms wouldn't damage the sides. To my great surprise, I made it to my room without incident. In fact, there was nobody even around to make a mess of things. I pulled my keys and opened the door into the silence of the hall.
Yay!
I made it! I made it! Thank goodness!
Mine wasn't around, so I set Princess Pumpernickel on my desk and quickly took off my bag and jacket. She was probably at practice or something. With my arms free, I stood in the middle of the room and spun around. There had to be a good place to put Princess Pumpernickel. One where she wouldn't be in danger of my tendency to flip her hair immediately after washing it, or my ability to eat ramen without spraying
detriment everywhere. A shelf built into the wall above my desk caught my eye. Perfect! I pull up my desk chair and very carefully remove a statue of a waving can of blossom-shaped incense burner from the top. Then just carefully grab Princess Pumpernickel and place her in the center of the shelf. There. That wasn't too eye-catching, right? I wouldn't notice her. I leaned back, squinting. But as I did, something caught on the edge of my left sleeve. My arm was caught in front of me. In an effort not to lose my balance, I swung it backwards, arms pinwheeling in the air. And then it happened. As I pulled my sleeve away from the shelf, the nail it was caught on came with it. The shelf tilted slightly to the side, then the left half swung towards the floor. The objects tumbled from the sky in slow motion. My arms, still attempting to catch my balance, didn't respond quick enough. I grabbed Princess Pumpernickel, but ended up nabbing a small plastic frog in my hand. No! I stumbled off the chair into the broken, shattered mess that was originally some of my most priceless decorations. Princess Pumpernickel was still contained safely in her box. A jolt of hope shot through me as I lifted her up. The edges were dented, plastic scuffed, sure, but the box was replaceable as long as Pumpernickel herself... No. A small hairline fracture ran across her neck. I gently shook the box and her head slid across her body. Princess Pumpernickel was decapitated. I set the box gently back on the ground. Laughter bubbled up in the back of my throat, but what came out was more of a strangled sob. Just one thing. I just want this to do just one thing. I grabbed a pillow and flung across the room, not sure whether I wanted to curl up in a ball and cry or go beat the crap out of something. I couldn't do anything right.
Hana,
you in there? Jirard, is that you? Are you okay? I attempted to muffle my sobs, wiping my face clear of tears, and stood to get the door. Wait, Princess Pumpernickel, what would he do if he saw I destroyed her? One of 3 copies in the world, and he'd never forgive me. Hang on! I dragged all the debris from my collapsed shelf into a pile, then glanced around for a place to put it.
Hana,
what's going on? He seemed really frantic, but why? I couldn't put the stuff in the trash without leaving scrapes behind, nor could I push it on my bed. Finally, I grabbed a blanket and tossed it over the pile, poking at it until it looked like maybe it was some kind of quirky decoration.
Hey, Hana.
Hana, please, I just want to talk to you. I'm worried. He was worried about me? The thought was so funny, I almost started to laugh. For some reason, when I cried, I was also much more likely to laugh. I cleared my throat and peered into my mirror. My eyes were only slightly pink. When I was running just a little, he wouldn't notice, right?
Hana,
I'm coming! I grabbed a tissue and blew my nose, then finally opened the door, slightly. Just enough to see Jirard so he couldn't see much of me.
what's going on?
Hana, what's going on? What are you talking about? Why are you here all of a sudden? Why are you quitting the tournament all of a sudden? Shock went like a jolt through my spine. Of course, I should have guessed. Shane lived with Jirard, and he also pretty much hated me. It wouldn't take a brain surgeon to realize one of the first people he'd tell was Jirard. Well, about that, I hadn't had time to come up with a story either. My gaze dropped to the floor as I tried to come up with something. Jirard made a face. You don't want to tell me the truth? No, it's not that. It's just that I need... I glanced inside the room, my gaze laying on Mr. Bunny. To go home?
Hana.
Himself. Is it that apparent? You're a terrible liar. Can I come in? I guess. I stepped back and let Jirard into the room, my mind still spinning for some kind of explanation. Nothing. There is nothing to explain the sudden change of heart. Final lip, I changed tactics. Where have you been for so long?
Huh?
What are you talking about? I haven't been around for lunch or class or anything. It sounds like you've been upset about something.
No way!
No, I'm not upset. Of course I'm not upset. He seemed generally surprised I reached this conclusion. So surprised, it almost made me angry.
Really?
Really? You just even ignore me as if you're upset. It's not surprising I reached that conclusion.
Hana,
is that why you decided to leave the tournament? You thought I didn't want you on the team? That's not at all.
No.
No, of course it's not why. What kind of work do you take me for? You're not worrywart? I mean... Jirard scanned my room. Suddenly I realized his first time here. I suffered the urge to smooth out my bed and hide the papers left down my desk. Doing something like that would only draw more attention to the fact that I had something to hide. Hana, your shelf is broken. Do you need help fixing it? He pointed to the shelf above my desk, which still hung vertically, falling to destruction in rot. No, that's fine. I crossed my desk, trying to block the view of the broken shelf with my tiny frame. Jirard's eyes traveled from the shelf to me to the blanket pile next to my feet. What's that? Immediately tears pricked my eyes.
Nothing, it's nothing.
Nothing? But you seem really sad about it. Are you sure I can't help? Jirard was staring at me with large puppy dog eyes, all sincerity and compassion. I slid to the floor, the energy draining from me.
I was just trying to help you find Princess Pumpernickel, but...
I pulled the blanket off the pile, grabbing the box from on top.
I decapitated her and I ruined it, and you're gonna be so mad at me, and I promised that I wouldn't be in Sherman in exchange, and now it's all ruined.
Well, the stress of the day finally caught with me. I started sobbing right there on the floor. I didn't want to see his face. Didn't want to see him, but... Jirard pulled me to a gentle hug.
Hana, it's alright, you don't have to feel bad. You promised to quit the tournament just to get me Princess Pumpernickel? I think that's the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me.
Really?
Is it? Of course it is. I'm just kind of happy that you've go so far from me, but you definitely shouldn't ever go so far from me. I'm not worth giving up your dreams. I just want to repay you because you're always taking care of me and doing things for me. I don't deserve it at all. Whoa. Who says you don't deserve it? Why don't you deserve it? Memories from the past year trickled into my mind. I was cold, I was cruel. I was completely despondent. I was someone I was ashamed of being. I'm not a good person. Jirard let out a hearty laugh, his shoulders shaking against me and jostling my head. You're not a good person? Would a bad person try so hard to get me this figure, or to help her team win the tournament? Would a bad person have so many people around who cared for her? Would a bad person let my drool over her just so she wouldn't wake up? You're kind of silly, Hana. Maybe. I wasn't completely convinced. Compared to Jirard, I was the Scrooge.
I promise.
I wouldn't be doing so much for you if I thought you were a bad person, Hana. I wouldn't like you so much if I thought you were a bad person.
Jirard.
Jirard?
Jirard leaned over and picked up Princess Pumpernickel from the floor, examining the box and figure with a collector's critical eye. For a brief second his eyes shot wide, then he grinned.
I don't think you have much to worry about the tournament either.
What?
What? Why not? This is a fake.
What?
What? And a really obvious one, too. For one, Princess Pumpernickel is a deep plum color. Color of royalty. Not this delicious looking brown shade. Also, her crown is gold, not silver. But... Lead? But here's the thing. You made a deal for the real, bona fide Princess Pumpernickel, didn't you?
See what I mean?
You don't have to keep up your end of the deal. Wally didn't keep his. Do you think so?
Huh.
More than just think so. I'll make sure of it. Waleed?
Jirard, my hand in his, shoved open the cafeteria doors and bellowed out into the busy room.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Waleed's eyes shot from Jirard to me, and realization dawned across his face.
Oh. Come with us.
The cafeteria was still and silent as Wally scooted his chair out for the hidden block table and across to us. Jirard opened the door for him and we stepped out into the campus.
I think you know why we're here.
Yes, I think I do.
I just want to let you know that since your Pumpernickel figure is a fake, Han's not obligated to follow her side of the deal. I can't believe you do something like this.
What?
Fake? It's not a fake.
Yeah, whatever.
Of course it was a fake. Prince Pumpernickel's figure is supposed to be purple.
What?
What? But... Just come clean. I already knows. What's the point of pretending you didn't do it now? But... I really thought... While he dusted the ground with his shoe, Jirard sighed.
Hey, Hana.
Hana, gonna leave this up to you. You're the one victimized, so it's up to you to how you want to deal with it. We can tell the others, we ask why you leave tournament, or, well, how do you want to do this?
Well,
I don't think we're gonna do that one just because that seems mean-spirited. We could press him to see if he seriously knew, or we're gonna do the Jirard thing. We're gonna forgive him.
What?
You do, Hana?
What?
Yeah, you do.
I'm taking a picture of your book, Jirard. There's no need to be near to anybody that we have to be.
I'm not so sure.
I guess, but
Alright!
thank you, Hana. Thank you so much. I guess we'll see you in the tournament tomorrow then. I guess so. Thanks for hearing me out, you guys.
It's no problem. It's only right.
While he started for Jirard, small wind blew, stirring up leaves from the ground. Honestly, I kinda hope you guys win. You deserve it. And then he was gone, like the wind. Finally, the day of the tournament dawned. Yes, we're doing tournament now, for obvious reasons. The day that was so important, we were willing to throw away almost everything for it. So important that we sacrificed parts of ourselves just for the chance to succeed. I took the thoughts out of my head. Why was I being so dramatic this morning? It was just a single event. Sure, decide whether to join Norbut's club or not. I'm guessing that Jirard let them know what was going on privately, so that they wouldn't, like, do a thing. With a sigh, I pulled on my uniform. Honestly, I was glad it was almost over. I stepped out into the fresh spring air, taking a deep breath. My event was one of the first, so I had to be there earlier than most. Tucked my shoulders to start across campus. The arcade at which Jirard was being held was much smaller than I expected. Felt like I advised that kind of convention, but instead it was a small, local arcade filled with machines. Smaller rooms split off, which were probably where the individual competitions take place throughout the day. You people build about space, generally older folk in their 20s and 30s. I see the guns in my hand made my way to one of the back rooms. When I entered the competition room, I found two chairs on an elevated platform. Her projector stayed between them. Ian sat in one of the chairs looking bored out of his mind.
Ian!
Hey.
It's about time he showed up. Starting to get worried you died.
That's me to be concerned.
Is it? I mean, I did call out Mimi on her bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got into the chair next to him. A man came over to me to check my name and club affiliation. I said I was a member of Norbut's club, a small surge of pride making me sit up straight as I did. Her chairs lined up for people to watch us compete, and to my surprise, the entire room was soon filled. I searched the crowd to find the guys. There they were. They came to support me. All of them. I smiled, excitement flowing through me, then was struck with terror. There was nothing like the threat of failing in front of all the people he cared about. You'll be fine. As I started working into the crowd, blurred movement caught my eye. While he was sitting with the rest of the Hidden Block Club, looking distinctly uncomfortable. I lifted a hand and waved to him. He returned it half-heartedly. We sat together, neither of us making any form of small talk, until finally the light of lantern dimmed and the projector started up. Many of Dum Doom's Revenge on screen. It was time to start. As the MC began his introduction and explained the rules of the game, Ian turned to me, a smirk on his face. Sure you're ready for this?
Yeah.
You bet I am.
Ready to go. Man turned to us, Ian and I nodded. Then 3, 2, 1. Start! The game began. I immediately clicked to fill my stream with 2 more lines blocks. Ian began to work with what he had. I scanned blocks to pink cards, eliminating them one by one, making combos where I could. I still wasn't advanced enough planning out tons of combos I had time. But I could make it much more likely if combos happened for the probability. Things are all but gone. Green leaves are next. Some dude started flipping at the top of the screen. It must combo, which meant I had a few seconds before those blocks would fall. I set up a combo on top of the screen and started eliminating orange blocks below it. Then it happened. 6 combo jumped out at me from the side. It's on the screen. My eyes cross-eyed, stared at it in shock. I just had to move the top block over one space. Then as quickly as I saw it, it vanished. The blocks looked normal boots again.
You're dead.
Ian's blocks fell upon my Hongo Penguin, and I slid the combo into place. 2, 3. 3, 4 combo, 5 combo, 6 combo, 7 combo, 8 combo. As the attack converted into blocks and hover above mine. Set up 7 more combos, wait for them to fall. 10 combo, legendary. Dumb Doom fired out rainbows over Ian's out, and then blocks. So many blocks. Then come the chunk, a timid torrential downpour. Over Ian's side, slide from left to right, and back again. Ian blinked, his hands and eyes moving frantically over the screen. Wasn't sure he'd ever seen something like that before. I sure hadn't. I continued combo while this was happening, but at this point there was no need. Ian's screen filled up. He kept trying to make combos till the very end, but game over. That was it. I won. I stared, dumbfounded, at the screen in front of me. Ian's mouth hung open. The room was silent. Then,
Whoa!
yeah, Hana.
Aw, yeah.
I knew you could do it. I glanced up to see the room plotting, all of it, even the Hymn Block Club. The announcer was gaping at the screen. I've never seen a school that high. For certain I was right as a tomato. I started to climb down off the platform. Not so fast. Ian stuffed in front of me, grim as always. I braced myself for his infinite sarcasm. But to my surprise, he laughed.
Hana.
That was a hell of a game, Hana. That's exactly what I want from you. He held a hand in the air, elevated in confusion. Don't leave me hanging.
Yeah.
Oh! I high-fived him, and he clasped my hand in his. Thanks, Hana. That was fun. Then he disappeared into the pressing crowd.
Hana!
Hana! Ah! Hands grabbed my waist, and Silent was lifted into the air, spinning around the room. Jirard! Jirard let go, and I collapsed onto him in the warmest bear hug I ever got.
Boom, baby!
You did it! Yeah, I did it.
You're the best.
You can do it. You're all worried, but I knew from the very beginning that if you put your mind to it, you're gonna succeed. You're just amazing, Hana.
Jirard.
Jirard? Oh, but my event's up next. Will you come with me?
Yeah.
Of course I will. Jirard and I stepped into the main arcade room, searching for his event spot. We were lucky your event was the first one.
Really?
Really? Why? I would have been able to see your event if it was any later. Jirard and I stepped into a rather small, almost closet-like room. 2 separate TVs are hooked up to old Nintendo 64 boxes. Jeff sat in a chair in front of one TV set, watching Jamie's intro sequence, something about backpacked birds. Play on repeat. Is this Kanjo Bazooie? Aside from those chairs, there was little room to sit or even stand to watch them. That's not surprising. Jeff and I will probably be here for a few hours. Our event will be the last to finish up.
What?
A few hours?
Complete it.
More like several. At least 6. 6!
Hey,
Hey dude, ready to get the show on the road? Just about. Good, because I'm not about to go easy on you.
Right.
I'm not going easy on you either. You're not planning on watching the whole thing, are you?
Yeah.
Of course, I want to watch you play and support you.
Really?
Are you sure? It's gonna be a long event. I don't want you to get bored. I'm sure it won't be that bad. Jirard and Jeff took their seats. If he admitted, so with almost no ceremony, the MC counted down and the event started. 3, 2, 1, start. At first, it wasn't that bad. I was on the edge of my seat, watching Jirard take the lead in the first level. Jeff exploited a glitch allowing him to skip to the second level first, so he was the lead. Then Jirard did a different glitch allowing him to jump to the 4th level without things in the 3rd. I marveled at each new jump, glitch, and show of skill, from their precise timing to the multitude of level restarts and other glitches they exploit just to make it possible. Slowly the day wore on. Occasionally, other members of the club would pop their heads in to see how things are going. Still happening? Still going. After a while, Jeff and Jirard started narrating their moves, as if they were giving some kind of performance. My eyes slowly drooped. They couldn't be going much longer, after all.
Hana!
What? Huh? What happened? Is it over? Not over. We're at the halfway break. Halfway break? I told you you'd have to watch. No, I have to. At this point, this is war. If you say so. Well, while you're doing battle, have this. He put a small water bottle and a wrapped sandwich into my hands. This is lunch. Don't forget to take care of yourself. And then he was back into the game.
Boom, baby!
Heck yeah, I did it! I jolted to alertness. Jirard stood with his arms raised to the sky, Jeff sitting in disbelief at his side.
What?
I've never seen that exploit before. How did...
Aw, yeah.
I found it myself. You discovered a new exploit? Hey, I had to give you a run for your money somehow.
Yay!
Jirard, you did it. I ran into Jirard, but the MC just glared at us. Would you please move to the next room? We have the tournament results to announce. Already? We were the last event to finish up. Come on, let's go. Just before he left the room, Jirard glanced back at Jeff.
Hey.
Man, aren't you coming? Together, Jeff, Jirard, and I met up with the others in the main room. Man, that took you forever. Could you be any worse?
Yeah, whatever.
Don't give me that, Shane. Finally, the MC climbed on stage. It was time to learn who won. The winner of the 2015 South-Southwest Tournament is... the Normal Boots Club. Yes! I screamed and clapped, and we stormed on stage. Poor MC didn't know what hit him. As he celebrated on stage, Paul grabbed the microphone.
Alright.
I'd like to take this moment to thank the fans, our families, but most of all, the newest member of the Normal Boots Club, as decided unanimously by all of us, Hana Mizuno.
Unanimously?
Yeah.
By all of us. Hands pushed me to the front of the stage. Something soft dripped over my shoulders. Here you go. You deserve it. My very own Normal Boots jacket.
Yay!
I did it!
Yeah.
You did! When the celebration's over, we were all off stage. Jirard took my hand in his. Hana, I know I haven't been around much recently. I think I was causing a lot of stress because of this.
Just between us.
I have something to show you. Will you come with me? Of course. Jirard led me to Primrose House, where he stopped in front of my dorm room.
Jirard, why are we at my dorm room?
Because, like I said, there's something I want to show you. He turned to my door, about to open it when he whirled back at me.
But first, close your eyes.
Hmm.
It's a surprise.
Obediently, I closed my eyes. A brief rush of air as I assumed Jirard waved his hand in front of my face, making absolutely sure I wasn't peeking. And alright. I'm going to do a thing real quick here. When it's time, I'll go that. Jirard gently took my hands and led me into the room.
Can I open them?
No, no, no.
No, not yet. He dropped my hands. Wait here. There was a faint rustling as Jirard started moving. Something around my room.
Now can I open them?
Alright, now. Well... just a bunch of fucking paper cranes everywhere. Okay.
Jirard? Do you like it? I've never seen so many paper cranes in all my life. Remember that story you told me about your mom about little Hana? I think it's time that little Hana starts giving herself a hard time. I mean, there's 999 cranes here. There needs just one more. Jirard placed a square cut of decorative organic paper in my hands. Would you do the honors? Slowly, delicately, I fold my 1000th paper crane. And that makes 1,000.
Jirard,
this is amazing. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but I wanted to surprise you. During lunch and after school, I went to the dorms to learn how to fold paper cranes. It took me a while to even get it right. Once I finally learned how to make them nicely, I got to work. And now?
I'm not so
Well,
sure.
I know I'm nothing special, but I was kind of hoping that we could be together as a couple.
what?
Nothing special?
No.
You think you're nothing special? You're the kindest, most caring, coolest person I know. You stand for yourself, what you like unconditionally, and are always so... Never let me hear you're nothing special again. Does that mean?
Yeah.
Of course it does. Yes, let's be together.
Really?
Really?
I jumped into Jirard's arms and, to my surprise as well as his, kissed him.
Ooh, Hana.
Said himself. I might be the completionist, but you've completed me.
Jirard.
Jirard. Now, if you don't mind, I'll take seconds. Jirard really was one of the nicest people I've ever met. Together, I knew we could make each other happy and find Princess Pumpernickel. As long as Jirard was by my side, I knew it could handle anything. Why did I say size? What's wrong with it? I knew it. Best end, shortest route in the game. Other than the secret ones, obviously. Anyway. Well. The route was basically about Hana learning that she does indeed have something special about her and learning how to use it. And also about Hana learning about self-confidence. Because her past, which we saw a brief glimpse of in Sash's room, and had alluded to in Jirard's room, and a couple other places actually, has been a very terrible one. Like a bad past. And she was afraid that would be coming out in full force in this route. That's why she was acting the way she was during that whole time. So yeah, you learn how to appreciate people. And appreciate the change that you can make yourself go through. Not all change is bad. You always change for the better. You can grow. That is how this route do. Indeed. That is how it do. Now for after credits. Nyttel, Jirard, and I officially cemented our relationship. The reactions from people around us were, as expected, unsurprising.
Whoa!
You two are dating? Whoa! I am shocked! It's about time we gotta move on, Hana. I'm happy for you guys. No, really. That look on your face suggests you're not. We gathered together all the paper cranes and arranged them into families, piling them around my room until they resembled my own itty-bitty cake collection.
Hey, Hana.
Would you ever be interested in starting your own IBK collection, Hana? Would I? I thought you'd never ask. But even after all that, as we settled down to watch a movie, one question kept niggling itself at my side.
Jirard.
What's going on?
Yes, my dear Hana?
How did you manage to get all these cranes in my room?
Well, about that. Flashback.
How many of these damn cranes did Jirard fold?
So
Please, can you do me one teensy tiny favor? It'll make Hana really happy, I swear.
What a jerk!
I swear, if Jirard ever asks me to do anything for him again, I'll defenestrate him without a second thought. He's gonna hold me big time. Big time, you hear me? Big time!
Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club.
And that was Hana herself. Or her voice actor, Samantha Chan, doing that. Alright, so. We have done all of the best ends. I'm gonna do something real quick. Oh wait, maybe not there. We're gonna go to this one, and we're going to speed to the end. After you complete all the best endings and get through all of the secret routes, both endings of Jacques and Ian's route, you'll get a new prompt after the credits when you get a ending that is not a best ending. So this would repeat for every time I went for an ending other than a best ending in the other routes, which is why I'm going to do that off camera. Anyway, you get this. Congratulations.
Finish it!
You have finished it for Asagao Academy. Jirard would be proud of you. Here's a completion bonus, lovingly gifted from my to you. I am also going to do a thing here real quick. Scene picker. We are about to the view of this thing. There is one more thing that I'll show off when I do the endings video. Or ending stream, rather. It'll be episode 10 of Nyttel's Lost Book Club. Here's a completion bonus, lovingly gifted from my to you. Best wishes. Normal love. A Normal Boots Club fanfiction by Boots and Butt 69. Nice. Chapter 1. He came. A/N. This is a work of fiction. Author's note. Disclaimer. I do not own any of the individuals or their personalities. I am just a fan, so don't sue me. It was a long and rough day for Jirard Nobbenbauer. He resupplied his gun and attached it to his back. Behind him, his best friend PBT was scaling a wall, trying to get a good shot on the alien invasion they were currently facing. His comrades in arms, Shane and Josh, had recently been gunned down right in front of his eyes. He was less than thrilled at this turn of events. PBT, are you in possession yet? Jirard hissed into the walkie-talkies attached to their uniforms. There was a slight static in reply. I'm ready. You know me, Jirard. I can never let you down. Jirard smiled. PBG always had his back, all the way back to when they were kids. But Jirard knew it was if PBG found out how Jirard really felt towards him, their friendship would be over. For now, it was enough to make sure PBG was safe from harm. If that meant sacrificing his teammates, so be it. It was worth it so long as PBG was safe. PBG crouched against the edge of the rooftop, putting his sights on the nearest enemy alien. Jirard was always the one who went rushing head first in the battle. It was one of the things PBG liked most about him. What drove him crazy thinking Jirard might be one day beat his end because of his foolhardy ways. PBG scanned the perimeter. Aside from the alien he had his sights on, the coast was clear. With a grim smile, he pulled the rifle to his shoulder. Good night, sweet prince. PBG's shot rang out. The alien took a clear and direct hit. Yes! Jirard shouted, but something was wrong. The alien was still alive, still moving. It turned, looking in the direction the shot came from. No! Jirard started running for the top of the building, legs pumping as fast as they could carry him. No! He pulled himself up to the top of the building, where PBG was being menaced by the shiny gray bulbous alien. Not if I have anything to say about that! Jirard flung himself on top of PBG, just as the alien launched a grenade on them both. Author's note. What did you think? Exciting, huh? Just wait until Chapter 2. Chapter 2. Samurai. PBG woke up with something heavy on top of him. He sat up and looked at what it was, then gasped. Jirard! Jirard was resting on his lap. How did this happen? PBG's mind raced, trying hard not to think about the exact position of Jirard's body in relation to his, not to think about his giant, slender yaoyans. Jesus. Well, in case it's not clear yet, this is the thing that was referenced in Satch's route. This book that Ma was working on. And also, fun fact. You never see this room during normal play, but this is the continues room. Where there's like Paul's, Nick's, and Josh's beds. Don't know which one's who's over here, doesn't really matter. That's that's the wig of Josh Yelena right there. That's a good old... It looks a lot like a PlayStation 1. If I had to guess, it's gonna be like a I don't know. Something. Anyway. PG glanced around, just now recognizing something seemed similar than before. We're in continuous room, which you never see in the routes. Instead of the alien technology and rough city landscape that he was used to, there were trees. Trees and the smell of smoke in the air. Yuji nudged Jirard to life, who jumped. What? What happened? Where are we? Hearing me start talking, but then his eyes followed Piji's angelic face. "You're alright," he said. "I thought you were gonna die." "Nah," Piji said. "I'm a bit hardier than that." "But where are we?" Jirard asked. Piji looked grimly at him. "I have a theory about that," he said. "I have a feeling we're in feudal Japan." Author's note. Whoa, twists I know! Are you excited for the rest? Good! There's lots of smut to come, don't worry. I'm just warming up. Winky face. This series is not for the squeamish. It's for the squeamish, lol. Stay tuned for the next chapter. Things have gotten hectic on my end, so we'll see when I get around to it. Until then, keep your booties normal.
Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club.
And how appropriate that is Jirard that signs us off. Alright. Well, that was a hell of a stream. Okay. Let me see here. Let's see if that one is still on. Well, anyway. Well, anyway, thank you for joining me for this shorter than usual stream, but I'd say that it was very much probably because Jirard's route was the shortest. I'm not sure when the next stream of this will happen. It will be next week for certain. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you guys again. You guys have a wonderful day.